Outlaw Radio has returned to the airwaves. My name is Kevin Barnes. I'm the host of Outlaw Radio, the militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, certified professional life coach, Negro Whisperer. What it do to the Outlaw family? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who reached out. You know who you are. It is Outlaw Radio, my brother's keeper. We're going to talk about, obviously, the loss of my brother, my oldest brother. Some of you may be familiar with Brian Keith Barnes, his government name. Some of y'all call him Bear Meat. So my brother's actually a panelist on the show. So definitely for people who are watching and may have heard the news or just know my brother, shout out to you for reaching out to me. If I didn't prove nothing with this whole episode, I proved one thing. I'm not a social media dude. I don't put my business on social media. I don't show you what I'm eating. I don't show you where I'm at. So I did put up the information for my brother's services. So if you've seen that, you've seen that. But I'm not really I didn't want to milk the moment, hit the Cash App. I didn't want to come on here and be super deep about death and mortality. You never know. It's your time. You next. Hug who you love right now. I didn't want to do none of that. Because I know that's not what my brother would have wanted. So, Outlaw Radio, my brother's keeper, is the name of the show tonight. 262-202-5131. As usual, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. But I got to shout out my co-host for being here. Mr. Carter, the Ghetto Witch Doctor, is in the building, man. What it do, man?
Peace. I am my brother's keeper. Peace, family. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor, the real OG, Mr. Vitality. Hey, mama, there go to see most man.
That's what's up. Welcome back. We've been on holiday, so welcome back. I also have the fact checker himself, Mr. Ian C. Jordan. Ian been moving on socials. He trying to get that thing up off the ground. I see you as it Fuck Your Feelings Friday and that kind of thing, which you never promote on here. So I guess you don't want us to know about it. But I see.
Sir, that is not like that. It's just, when I'm on Outlaw, I'm talking about, I'll promote it more because I actually talk about y'all a lot. Yeah, man, I'm glad you lightened up the mood, nigga, because I was like this. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm glad, man. I was definitely praying for the fam and everything, but you lightened up the mood, so I'm gonna be me.
Why not?
And you know what I'm saying? And just, so
I'm
glad to see you too, though, definitely.
Yeah, man. Once again, it's not about, the one thing I understand is that, we all have emotions. And one of the topics that we talk about as men on this show is emotional intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So, I am a person who does not wear his emotions on his sleeve. I'm going to do whatever recollection or introspection that I need to do solo, on my own. The conversations I need to have with myself, I'll have. And the realities that I have to accept, I accept. So, of course, it's going to be a different day without my brother. That's my road dog, right? Like me and him had endless adventures. But, man, I lost my moms. I lost my pops, right? I don't know how many dead homeboys I got. I don't have no grandparents, right? I got aunties, uncles, cousins. I know everybody who I know is dead. I don't know if I said that right, but there's not a.
Hey, we're in the same boat, kid. We're in the same boat, man. You know what I mean? It's like that in my family. Difference with me is I grew up the only child.
Okay.
And you was dealing with that last week. I was dealing with my one uncle that I have left. You know what I mean? He was going through it, battling dementia. So I had to get all the way up to Minneapolis on the spare of the moment to see about him right quick and get on back down here. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I got one auntie left.
And that's
You know
a
what I
blessing
mean?
right there.
Well, it's all a blessing, right? Like a lot of time we tend to get down at different moments like that. You know what I mean? But like if you think about it, man, that's really life. It's life doing what life's supposed to do, man. You know what I mean? That's my phone back there in the background. I just can't
Oh,
get to it. It'll stop in a second. I see Kev like, hold on,
it threw me. I was like, what the hell is that?
But you know
Hold
what I'm
on.
saying? It's you think about it, right? Like it's like how we don't be wanting our kids to grow up. We want them to stay them little kids, but then they gotta grow up. They gotta be grown ups and do what they gonna do. And that's just life evolving. Life is doing what it's supposed to do. And like, when you think about it, man, really it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just that we gotta go through the shit we go through. But it's life doing what it do.
I'm 50 years old. So I'm getting up there, right? So as you go forward, some people perish, right? It's not a contest, but it's just the reality of life. Once again, I can't even understate how much I'm gonna miss chopping it up with my brother, of course.
Absolutely.
And see, people say, well, my brother was my best friend. Well, see, my brother wasn't my best friend, he was my big brother, which is a way deeper bond than best friends. You know what I'm saying? Everything between us was automatic. With your friend, sometimes you got, I don't know, let me see. With your brother, is
Yep.
no questioning, no doubt. No, I know who I can call, right? And vice versa. So, of course, man, I'm going to miss my brother. Once again, shout out to everybody who reached out to me. Some phone calls I answered, some I didn't, depending on what time you call. But it is what it is. And I'm not trying to make light of it. This is just me. I'm not putting on no airs like when the show over, I'm gonna go in a dark corner and cry. This is not my personality. Shout out to Deacon Mikey Deacon Davis in the chat room. What up, Mikey? How you doing? He said much love. Earl Henning in the chat room. What it do? My brothers fuck Donald Trump and his friends. Ace Cooley said, what it do, strangers? What up, Ace? What up, Ace? We've been off for a week. Because once again, in the wake of my brother passing away, I didn't want to come on because I'm gonna tell y'all, I have a pet peeve. I don't mean to sound callous, but I hate when people call me and say, "Are you all right?" Right? It's like I feel like, and I know a lot of people do it, and they don't mean no harm by doing it, but I feel like it should be something else we should say. And shout out to the people who started the phone call off with, "Hey man, I just want you to know if it's anything I can do, I got you." And then eventually move towards it. But you all right though, right? Not soon as I get on the, I just want to know, are you all right? Yeah, I'm having the greatest day I've ever had in my life.
That's why I didn't ask you, are you all right? Because I done been through that too. So yeah.
And I'm the type of person that'll tell you when I ain't all right. If you would have called me and I was down, I said, man, I'm a little fucked up, man. I can't. Look here, man. Let me holler at you, dog. I'm fucked up behind this. I would say that. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm strong. No, it's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. I'm reminded of the Temptations with Papa was a Rolling Stone. Say that was the day my daddy died. When I first heard that when I was a little kid, I said, oh, it was the 3rd of September. I asked my father, what's that? That's the day his daddy died. Boy, I remember. So welcome to Outlaw Radio, man. It is the end of a year. Once again, I don't know where the time goes. Kamar, we on our way to our 12th year. This shit is crazy. But 2025 is coming down to the end. So I wanted to just talk about some of the stuff that happened in 2025 that was game-changing or maybe even a tad bit controversial. And please, if I'm missing anything, y'all jump in with it because I think a lot of things happened this year. And I think they're worth talking about. And when we say something happened, not just that it occurred, but it might be game-changing. Or it may be, maybe it might be something that you're historic, if you will. So a bunch of things happen. I see you, Ewok, in the chat room. He said, what up, my guys? What's happening, Ewok? What up? Y'all share the show, please. Dion said, what up? What up, my nigga? What up, Dion? How y'all doing, man? It's Outlaw Radio. Welcome aboard. My brother's keeper, Hump Day edition, Holiday edition, whatever you want to call it. It's Outlaw Radio, right? But so I look at, and it's been, since the weather has gotten cold, y'all know we've been bombarded with this Arctic blast. That's what I'm gonna call it, right? It's Wisconsin in December. I get that, but the weather's been shitty. Just to, I shouldn't even say that about nature. I should just say nature has been naturing, because you don't want to curse it. It's natural, right? But the violence in the city has not subsided. There are children. 10-year-old was the latest. I don't know the details of his or her death. I've seen multiple shootings. I've seen, and see, this is another thing when we start to talk about death. Like, I lost my brother, but people are losing people. You know what I'm saying? The teenage parents losing children, 10 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old, older people getting killed, murdered. It's like, damn, 65, double shooting. Like, it's the violence in our city right now is just nasty. It's toxic. It's a curse. It's a black cloud. Because there are a lot of things that, if you're from here, and this is me as a lifelong Milwaukeean, there's a lot of things I like about living in Milwaukee. A lot of things that I love about living in Milwaukee. Still got love for my city and my people. But I just think everything has a dark cloud over it when you talk about the violence. Because first of all, most of it's in our community, and I'm not a black on black crime type Negro. I'm saying let's talk about the real focus of it, which is the near north side, which is probably a fourth of the city, but it's probably where 80% of us live. And this is the epicenter of the violence. There's violence on the south side, obviously. There's violence on the east side. But by and large, the black community is where the majority of it is going down. And even though it's centrally located damn near, we deal with a police force that continuously tells us they're overwhelmed and they can't do anything about it. I think this is something that 2025 will be remembered for, because I know we've had violence in our city for a while, but I've never heard the level of excuses and seen the level of deflection and evasion when it comes to the conversation about violence, even though we've come out with several supposed anti-violence initiatives. There have been individuals given positions. I'm not going to say no names. There are people who should be responsible. I'm hoping that everybody remembers this kind of behavior when it comes time to vote. That's all I'm saying. That is my first point of what I will remember. What I will remember about 2025 is that the violence just escalated and escalated, and I don't see any response. I can't think of one thing they did in 2025 that curbed the violence. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Think of something they did and made an adjustment of some law or some kind of legislation, and they said, okay, well, that's down now because of that. And please don't say we put bump outs in the streets and it made the streets safer. That's a fallacy in itself. Earl Henning in the chat room, what up, Earl? He said, I know how it feels to be without your big brother. I love my brother. Yes, and yes, indeed. Rest in peace to Big Larry. I knew your big brother. Very, very legendary member of our neighborhood, resident of our neighborhood. A said, hell, this weather is game changing. Yeah, it's outfit changing for damn show, because you got to bundle the fuck up to go outside. And when you're driving, please watch out for it's black ice. I want to tell people, especially when the streets ain't treated, you got to go slow. There's black ice, and you don't see it until it's too late. Yep. So, and you don't hold on them brakes either. You got to know how to pump them brakes. Just drive slow, please. Whoever you are, including my son, be careful. Easy to slide into a wreck. Mama Jenkins in the chat room, she said, good evening, my Outlaw family. You were truly missed. I really didn't know how much you could miss a show. She said she didn't know how much you could miss a show. Welcome back. And my sincere condolences to you, KB. I'm here for you. I appreciate Mama Jenkins. She did reach out to me. Yeah, that's why I said, you know what? I'm going to go on tonight. Just because there are people who said, no, we missed the show. You cool, but we want to hear the show. I said, okay, we could do that. Dion said, nigga, we've been living in this shit all our life. Absolutely. That's why I said it's Wisconsin in December. That's the only way I describe it. But still, it's crazy. You be like, whoa. Oh, it just ain't gonna stop snowing. 2 weeks ago, I was chilling in my garage with the door up. He said, man, I didn't even know about all those murders. I did hear about the 10-year-old. He shot his own self, I heard. Okay. If he had access to a firearm of some sort, can we at least attribute this to violence, or should we just say, Kev, don't pile on, put that in a different category? Accidental death by handgun. Okay. I just feel like having that handgun there is the symbol that there may be a chance for some violence to happen.
Very
Ruben
true.
Anderson, how you doing? He said, "What's good, gentlemen? What it do? What it do?" Ruben. Mama Jenkins said, "The inner city, 133 homicides.
Yep.
133 homicides." And once again, let's talk about where most of them are located. Whose community most of them are located in?
Yes, sir.
I say that again to us, to Black people. These murders are being committed in our community. What little community that we have left? Can we get a moratorium on this violence? Is there anybody out there that's younger than 30 that's willing to say, okay, let's establish some leadership and try to, and I'm talking about street side. I know it's hard. It's not a television show. This is not a television show. I know it's hard, but there are supposedly people who are put in positions to be in the streets on a street level and try and prevent the violence. So that's the only reason I'm adding that to it. But Mama Jenkins says nothing has been done. She agrees with me. Ruben says no one wants to take a bite out of crime because to take a bite out of a crime means to take a bite out of someone's pocketbook. Well, we talk about the compromise that is, or the conflict of interest that is Wisconsin, in which if black crime, and I'm calling it black crime, not black on black crime, because believe it or not, black people do commit crimes. If it went down as a whole, ain't just talking about murder, that would cut a prison population that's majority, I think 40 some odd percent black. That means there'd be layoffs in Black River Falls and Racine and wherever else a prison has become the new dairy farm because we ain't making as much cheese and milk as we used to. We farming niggas now. So that's the new hot crop. So that would cause a problem. So, the people who might not necessarily want that to happen may be at play here. Maybe the underlay for the overplay, which I never understood what it meant, but as a black person, it sounds real slick when you say it. You know what I'm saying? It was the overlay for the underplay. He said, "Nigga, it ain't cold."
look at Kumar's face.
Dion's talking about my collar because I ain't got my collar buttoned up.
Oh, that's so funny.
So he talks shit to me when it's buttoned up, and then he talks shit to me when it's not. Right? Like you can't, niggas, like you can't win. You can't win with you Negroes. This is Dion. He said, "I miss you too, bro. I text you too, but I understand you needed space. Love you, bro. Appreciate it. Love you too, Dion. Appreciate the space." A says the 10-year-old death is negligence. Okay. It's still a tragedy nonetheless. And it's still gun violence to me. Right? And there's so many random loose guns in our community. Nobody's come up with a way to curb it. Nobody's come up with a solution to mediate. I don't know can you mediate these issues once guns go to shooting? I just think mechanisms need to be put in place to at least try. I hear a lot of talk, but I don't see a lot of action. I've seen way more press conferences than I've seen actual initiatives put in place when it comes to violence prevention or anti-violence or whatever it is. A lot of people here have something good to say. Man, why don't they? None of this shit gets put into play, right? And so we have a problem. And Milwaukee 2025 is a year that demonstrates that. And what's crazy in Milwaukee is it's not just the guns. You could just as soon be killed by a reckless driver who is in the car with a gun running from the police.
God.
Right. So,
yeah. God. Yeah, that's horrible.
Right here on this Negro North Side, which just happens to be what I would define as prime real estate in terms of the city, right on the bordering the lakefront, is close to the lakefront, access to multiple parks and schools and all kinds of architectural historic landmarks. And right by the freeway, not far from the stadium, right by downtown. If I was a gentrifier, I'd say I want to live there. Let's get that land from them. Capo is trying to get in the studio. I don't know what Sean be using to come in the studio, but it's not
His
working.
phone.
Right. Got to get off the iPhone, son. Ace said 10-year-old. Oh, no, this is Dion's. He said, shit, I started to he started listening to Ian's show just to get some content. Y'all,
Exactly. I was like, niggas listen to my shit because they missed your ass. I'm Burger King, you McDonald's. I got the residuals.
I didn't know that people wanted content that bad. And I don't even define what we do as content. So it's funny.
Yes, sir. I was gonna say, to give you a little context, apparently homicides are up 5 this year composed of last year.
Just 5%. Just 5%.
No, 5 people.
Oh, 5 people.
11%, but 5 people. I know, that's wild.
And the year ain't over yet.
And the year is not over, dog. That is wild. It's probably gonna be 10 to 15 people. That is awful, dog.
Ace says 133 homicides in a very small city, not good. Not that small of a city, 500,000 people here, but small.
Hold on, he said 133?
Yeah. Well, we're talking.
Okay, then that's 7 people then. That's 7.
Well, we talking per capita. I understand that when we say it's crazy that, you know. Mama Jenkins is in the chat room. She says, you know what's shameful is that Milwaukee leadership is mostly black and live within city limits. Exactamundo. Ruben Anderson said, man, I say this all the time. Nobody is talking about the man found hanging in Brookfield, though. We talked about it on Outlaw Radio. We're still waiting on the results of the investigation. As soon as it happened, right? But it was deemed a suicide. The family, of course, is waiting for some sort of injunction. Yeah,
I was doing some research on that, and the family is waiting on the injunction. But I'm telling you, though,
hold on. This is Capo. What are you doing?
His face pause.
Crazy. This is crazy. Come on, son.
Yeah. So as far as I did some research in regard to that, and I just reached out to a couple people there. Brookfield apparently instantly tried to make it look like it was a suicide, and you know that shit is never right. So they're trying. I don't want to sound irresponsible and say that they're trying to cover it up, but it looks a little bit like they're not releasing all the facts, because we should have known by now when that, you know, what happened, at least a little more details. They're trying to say it's a suicide. I'm not buying it personally, but I mean, you know, my opinion, it don't matter. I'm not a police officer. So I don't know, bro. What do you guys think? Because I'm not sure. That shit sounds real fishy to me. This is me.
First of all, I want to know where the notion came from that black people don't commit suicide. And then I keep hearing people say they don't hang themselves. It's not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
That's ludicrous.
Suicide.
I know.
Suicide is suicide. Okay.
I had a cousin hang himself, so I don't. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
And I'm as pro-black as they come, but there are black people who have hanged themselves. Go ahead, brother.
You're right. There are black people that will hang themselves, but I look at the situation. How many black people do we know that will go to a golf course and hang themselves where ain't no black people at, and they ain't got no car there? They car ain't there. They car found across town somewhere. Like, it's just real fishy. You know what I mean? Black people do. I got a couple friends of mine who did that to themselves years ago. You know what I mean? So it's a fact. Black people do it, but I just question that situation.
Thank you, Kumar.
Listen, anytime something like this happens, I think a very thorough investigation is essential. You have to have a thorough investigation. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, right? But, and I don't know, I'm hearing some feedback. Somebody got something turned up in the background. My point is, let's let this investigation play out. If we are not satisfied with the determination, then that family will actually probably have access to some private investigator to come in, because that's what I do. I'd bring in, you know, Kamar said there's no car. He said, is that the scenario is strange, like, because normally I'm thinking if someone hangs themselves, they do it in their home. You come to the house and found them hung in the home, right? But there have been people who have gone to places, especially if you're suffering from some sort of mental, episode,
Yes.
psychosis, if you will, and they leave their body where people can see. Let's figure it out. Let's see what's going on. I'm eager to know.
It's interesting that you said that, because while I'm just listening to you kind of go in on that, we haven't had anything from any major news source in about 2 weeks. This is such a unique incident. You would think that we would know more, but listen to this. They said the Wisconsin civil rights groups have accused the Brookfield Police Department of rushing the judgment when it declared the death of a Black Milwaukee man found hanging in a tree suicide. They instantly did that, and that wasn't just conjecture. So it said the department on Friday, November 28th, and I'm sorry, my freaking computer fucking froze, but it said that in the statement issued earlier in the week, there was no indication of foul play in his death. But if you rush it to suicide, and that's what you're saying, how do you know if it was no indication of foul play? You have to research that. I swear, man, Brookfield, and they're not even equipped to handle anything like this, because they don't have stuff like that happen in Brookfield like that. So how are they now? If MPD said something like that, I would give them a little more leeway. But Brookfield PD, they should have brought investigators from Milwaukee.
Well, let's pause in that because they may have. Because sometimes homicide investigations that are committed in the suburbs, the Milwaukee Police Department does send liaisons and say, we're gonna kind of oversee the investigation to make sure whatever technology you don't have access to. Now, y'all, Kev, you sticking up for the system. I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I'm just saying, let's figure it out. Let's get all the facts right.
That's their protocol. Yeah.
Yes. Mariah Johnson, how you doing, Cuzzo? She said, good evening, Outlaws. Much love. Love Kevin Barnes. Love you too, Cuzzo. Definitely. Family, like I said. Ruben says, say that. Ewok says, it's not even attempted robberies. These are just, I'm just mad right now killings. Some of them are. You know what? Who knows? Some of these killings, like you read in the newspaper, and I know the newspaper can be kind of flimsy sometimes in their explanation of crimes or why the crime or the motive behind the crime. But sometimes I'm just like, that's it. That's why they got killed. Like it's two brothers and sisters who live together who get into an argument about a Taco Bell job. You know what I'm saying? And kill each other. Like, but is that it? So
that's happened too, which makes it even
happen. The mental capacity in our community for some people, like there's some serious mental health issues, y'all. Like for real, chemically, cognitively, as they say, brain function wise, there's some serious issues in our community, and they are untreated because a lot of times we don't have the necessary insurance. Black people don't generally believe in therapy. They generally don't believe in therapy.
Nope.
And so in my coat, no, here, I'm talking to my son, y'all. And you have to be careful as a Black person to go to therapy because they're quick to throw a bunch of pills down our throats. No diddy, right? Like, you go to the doctor, you're getting prescribed. And when it comes to our children, especially, they will hit them with some like, yo, he got a whole prescription. I'm like, he's 8. You know what I mean? So it's a crazy thing. He said it's Sean in Moscow. I don't know where Sean is.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, I don't know what's like. It's been like 3 shows where Sean is just like, I don't know if he's trying to find a spot to do the show from.
This nigga in Moscow.
Dos Vidania, right?
The Black and Russian.
Right. This is Brenda Peterson. How you doing? She said, hey, Kev, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Ruben Anderson said, we got the second autopsy back and have had an opportunity to look at footage from area businesses. But this case is very suspicious in that the way that the body was positioned and the way his neck was broken traverse is a wide range of questions and issues. He says, spoke with the sister this afternoon and we will keep you informed. Ruben, was you just trying to call in? I seen a unfamiliar number. I didn't know. Sometimes the number looked too funny. I'd be like, I don't want to answer the phone. They'd be like, this is a call from a bill collector. Shit, trying to hang up. He said, I've been working with the family since it started. There you go, man. Inside info that you get on Outlaw Radio. There is some suspicious factors here. Ace said, all these hangings in these white areas, I feel like it's police doing this shit.
That has happened historically, where police officers were involved in shit like that and hate crimes. It happens.
Yeah. I mean, historically, the sheriff was the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan down south. We've been not trusting y'all for a long time, right? Let me see. He said Brookfield is refusing to do a DNA test on the strap that was wrapped around his neck, and they also are refusing to release other evidence which suggests that police had detained him. Oh, this is getting deep. Is this Ruben on the line?
What's going on, brother? My condolences to you, first of all.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I've been working with the family since this case, since this happened. Two things. First of all, he was in the footage from the hotel, the Holiday Inn. You can see him walking through the parking lot, but also in Brookfield, he walked up to a car. They show it when he tried to open up the door. Then he took off running down the road. But there's evidence to suggest that he was detained. I can't really go into all of that because nothing has been given to us. Brookfield is refusing to give out the GPS coordinates for all the officers, and also it came to light today that most police officers, the strap that was wrapped around his neck was an older strap. It was torn at the top. The strap was wrapped around the top. There's two branches there. So one of the straps was wrapped around the top, and then the bottom strap, and then he was more or less almost on his knees with his feet, behind him. But the funny thing is that Brookfield is not. They had caught up with the people who were in the car, but they're not saying any more about that. And at the end of the day, they refused to give up any of the body cam footages from police or any of the GPS as to where they were. You have to know this area in Brookfield is right off the highway. So a lot of Brookfield police officers, they kind of sit over there in that area. I had a young white lady call me the other day, and she started explaining to me about, how Brookfield, that area and what they do. Apparently, another black man was beat up really bad, and she was also abused at 9 months pregnant. They claimed they didn't have footage from one business, but the lady turned around and said, well, hold up, I just got robbed over there, and they were able to get a clear video of that. So they're not being forthcoming with the evidence. They're not being as transparent as they should be. It's a real deep case. His sister and I were talking this evening, and we both agree. She said her brother was just too lazy. He wouldn't, go through all that length to kill himself. But there's also another woman involved in this that we don't know. And I'm going to have Miss Jenkins, Mama Jenkins, send you what we got from the second autopsy. She'll send it to your phone later so you can read it yourself. But there's a lady from Chicago who he was involved with. And, they're looking at her as a possible suspect, as well as the bar that's connected to the hotel, the Holiday Inn over there. They're saying that he was there. Now, the police lied twice already. They go to his job and say, well, he was drunk and he did this. But then the toxicology report comes back. This is kind of quick here. And it said there was no alcohol whatsoever in his system. So it's really questionable. There's a lot of people on top of it right now. But I think that at the end of the day, my thoughts just go right back to Brookfield. It was just crazy to me how he would just leave Milwaukee, leave his favorite bag at Brookfield Square, even though he had mental health issues. The police fed off of that when they heard that from his brother. So they right away jumped to judgment. Well, he just killed himself. But the way the chief is, now on a Saturday night, 8:00 at night, no police chief is going to leave their house and go to a family's house and try to justify this murder. Oh, I just feel like he just killed himself, and just leave it like that. But that's just not the way it is. So the chief is not being forthcoming. And there's a lot of other things that I really can't discuss that kind of leads us to believe that there was foul play. The second autopsy, there's a bone in your neck, and you'll get the report from Mother Jenkins. Mother, just give it to him. and you'll read that and you'll see this particular bone in your neck is hard to really break. You know, that only comes with serious violence, you know, and so they're looking at that. So there's a lot more to it, man.
Okay.
His brother just didn't wander off and kill himself.
Okay. And so listen, and I want people to understand this. Me, I'm not in denial that maybe there's a possibility that there was some foul play here. That's not what my thing was. When something happens, we always have an emotional reaction, and people say, "Well, we don't kill ourselves, we don't hang ourselves." Just calm down. Let's see. You got to let the evidence come in. You got to let everything come in. And thus far, you know, like even today, she was there at the police department, and, you know, she left feeling a certain way. You know, and although, you know, one of the witnesses, the black guy who actually seen him, Brother Dez, who seen him, was like, "Nah, man, he could have never been positioned. That, you know, that had to be staged the way he was put there. And there's a big screen over the fence, so you can't necessarily see what's going on behind there. It wasn't like the tree was out in the open." Where's Crump? Has anybody reached out to Crump?
Yeah, she called today. He had called about a week ago, and then I had her call him again today, just to see where he was in this. But then I think William Salter is actually looking at the case, and he's a really good attorney in my opinion. But there's a number of people looking at it. I can't say much for the NAACP. I think they're just there for show. Well, see, but there's a lot of. I
heard you say that earlier. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I heard you say that when you said civil rights organizations in Wisconsin, and in my head, the cynic in me said, "Which organizations are who? Like what organization?" Because I did see that the NAACP was involved, and kudos to them, because Lord knows they haven't been involved in a whole hell of a lot over the last something years, right? Like, I mean, so maybe if they getting back in the game, that's what's up, right? Like, but
you know, it took a little pushing to get them to open up their eyes. But I think that the important thing is that the Nation of Islam has gotten involved with it. You know, they did a big story on it as well. So, you know, everybody's looking at it. So now, you know, if they see one organization get involved, now y'all gonna come up for the show, you know. But basically, there's a lot of people looking at this. We have meetings every morning on this. So, you know, there's a lot of people. And I will keep you up to date on it, though.
I'm just for the sake of me trying to start some shit. Is the Urban League involved? I'm sorry. I shouldn't even call them out. I had no idea.
You bogus as hell.
When was the last time the Urban League did? I'm sorry, y'all. And I know they got some. Shout out to the Urban League. I know they got some programs. I know, but I'm just saying. Like,
he said we're the Urban League.
He's the president of the Urban League. So, you know, he's involved.
There we go. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of, there are people, man, to be honest with you, bro, there's so many people, really people from out of the state that's actually getting involved with. There's different organizations that's coming up. One of the things that bothers me, I noticed, and I'm just going to say this, and people may not agree with me, but, you know, you can hold a prayer at 1 o'clock in the morning on the streets of Milwaukee when all the violence, you know, really been taking place during the summer. But none of you guys are there. None of them are actually stepping up to support this family. I know we pick and choose our battles and everything like that. But my thing is that the brother lived in Milwaukee right off 31st and St. Paul. He's a Milwaukee resident. We should have more people in Milwaukee getting involved in this rather than just remaining silent. I'm just shooting shots at all the Christmas hustlers out there. You know, maybe y'all need to turn your attention to what really matters, and it's getting justice for this brother. You march on everything else and stand up for everything else, but you're not standing up for this family. And I just find that, and that's my shot to value.
That's a lot of what I see, which I don't necessarily like, is I see us call each other out, not in a constructive way, but in a negative way. Like, I see some of us lash out at each other like, fuck all the pastors. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, fuck them all. Like, yeah, just like people. And I know sometimes people have virtual emotions. I call them virtual emotions. When you can feel their pain through their Facebook post, right? And people are saying, "Where are all the activists? Where are all the people in the groups and the nonprofits?" First of all, I'm here to tell you, as someone who's been intricately involved with nonprofits for the last 20, 25 years, there are a lot of very hardworking people who work for nonprofits, social service agencies, but all they can do is their job. And so it might not be the sexiest position in the world that's going to stand and fight bullets and, you know, everybody can't be Porcel, but they
Yeah.
can't apply the pressure like he can. But we just got to let's temper our anger sometimes.
Let me retract it. Then I won't say all of the organizations. I'm pointing out, and maybe you are right in what you said. And I can't discount or minimize that. I guess my problem is that I hear so much, and you guys were discussing this earlier. There's a lot of talk. Words are nothing but noises,
Right.
So people do a lot of talking, and they're looking for all that, what do you call that, cloud and all that, exposure, and they want to be seen by everybody. But when it gets thick out there, who is actually standing in the game? That's my whole thing.
Okay.
I don't pick and choose your battles. When it happens to one of us, it happens to all of us. And so we all should be a part of, trying to find, answers to this so-called mystery, which is really not a mystery at all.
You're right. I just want to make sure that we're fair. Like I called out the Urban League, not knowing that the attorney involved is there, because I'm critical sometimes. I'm critical sometimes of these agencies myself. So you have to give credit where credit is due, right? We have to, for the sake of journalistic integrity, we don't want to be too biased. With how we report out on things. So shout out to you. I'm glad that you are an advocate for this family. And shout out to anybody who's working with them. We're trying to run down 2025, but this is a big story too. So I'm glad that we got on this topic.
I'm in town next week, man. So, we're flying in and we're going to be meeting with the chief myself. I think that's important. And then with a number of other people, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated on it. I appreciate the work that you're doing as well, man. And shout out to all the brothers on the panel, man. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate you, Ruben, man.
Thank you, brother, man. God bless you.
God bless you as well.
Yes, sir.
You,
shout out to my brother, Ruben. Always love it when somebody contributes good information, right?
That was a real contribution too. Like
Absolutely.
That was some real shit he just said.
Straight transparency, right?
Yes.
Biggie say, if you don't know, now you know.
No.
Mama Chicken said there's a number of questions that need to be answered pertaining to his death, but didn't that alderman drive to the park and blow his brains out? I think the NAACP is messing around with the case. They held a press conference, but yeah, I've given the NAACP a lot of flack over the years. I have. And I don't want to ever be the type of person to diminish someone else's contribution. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you might not be the boss. Like, you might not make the money decisions, but you're working in this office or for this program, and you're doing what you need to be doing. You don't really be concerned about what the people up top are doing. You like, no, I'm a soldier. I'm on the ground. I'm doing trench work. So can only do what I can do. So I learned to let's be careful how sometimes we shit on whole organizations or whole groups of people when it's not necessarily justified. Sonia Thrower, how you doing? How you doing, my sister? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Please share the show. I got Ruben's call finally. I apologize for, I was looking at the phone like, oh shit, is that MasterCard calling me? Oh shit, I don't know. I might owe them a little change. Christmas time and shit. Like, hey, kid, you forgot about us? A said, correction, Black people don't believe in getting therapy from white therapists. When I was going to therapy, I would never deal with anything other than Black because I don't feel like they either couldn't relate or understand the Black experience. That might be true, but by and large, ask most Black people about therapy. Let's on this panel. Just on this panel. All the shit I done been through. I just lost my brother. Ask me, have I ever been to therapy? No.
Have you ever been to therapy?
Oh, I've worked in a therapist capacity, but I've never been to therapy. You been to therapy, Ian? And you can be honest. We won't tell nobody, except the people listening.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Was it a white therapist?
When I was younger, yeah, and then when I was older, like my sister, who we work together too. She's a therapist. So
okay.
So I didn't had a couple. I had anger. I used to have real bad anger problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it help?
Yeah, it helped me. It helped me actually really compartmentalize certain things, like in regard to, okay, if I get mad, because like my mom, she used to go through a lot when we was younger. It was an abusive situation. So that's how come I learned how to fight. So instead of like when I got older, I couldn't really turn that off. So if it's time to do something, then my first reaction was, well, let me attack, opposed to let me think about the consequences. You know what I'm saying? Because you do that because you know you don't want to hurt nobody, even if you could take things the wrong way. Like somebody could say something to me and I would get super duper mad. So it just really helped me think about stuff before I did it, though, to be honest.
So now, did you get far enough for them to go to the point where they said, let's recognize triggers?
Yeah.
And the first step of your therapy is going to be avoiding those triggers, not putting yourself in situations where those triggers are more likely to happen. Or
telling me don't be around like people that be on sucker shit. Don't be around people like that.
So you went to a hip hop therapist, basically.
No, I mean I'm calling this sucker shit. They would.
I know.
His own joke, but yeah, that's basically it. Like, don't put myself in those kind of situations.
Right. I got you.
You so damn crazy.
Mark, you ever sit on the couch, man? You ever do the therapy thing? Like, let me.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't shun it or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think it could be helpful. You know, what I do know is a lot of the time when you get an opportunity to talk stuff out aloud, it helps you understand. You can understand what you're going through better, or you can see yourself better. You know what I mean? I always say you got to reveal it to heal it.
Yeah. And certainly for some people like myself, and I'm not trying to brag, this is very weird of me, but I've always been able to have very deep conversations with myself.
Yeah.
You know, and so the time when I was closest to probably being in need of therapy, which came immediately following my mom's death, I just needed some time to myself. And unfortunately, I burnt some bridges in order to get, my me time. I basically tore down a lot of shit that I had going on, but I got that me time. I had those conversations with myself and I eventually recovered. So one more step I would have needed to sit on the couch. And I'm telling you out there right now, if you need someone to talk to, please go and do so.
Yeah.
And we are not downing therapy. I'm just saying maybe if more Black people had therapy that was less, let's prescribe you pills and more, let's do some self kind of, some self recollection, some introspection, some things like that. And from someone like whoever's in the comment, I think it was A saying, you want to talk to somebody who can relate to you, like just understand, like, even if you're traumatized by growing up in the hood, sometimes you can't talk about that with someone who hasn't grown up in the hood. They read about it or they seen it, but if they didn't really, they'll be like, I don't understand. Why was that like that? And you're like, can you get somebody else?
I will say, offer some advice though. A therapist is not the same as a psychiatrist who prescribes medicine or a psychologist, y'all. Absolutely. Don't go there thinking you can talk about crime or no shit like that to a regular therapist. You can't do that shit. Right. Even if like a psychologist, if they think something gonna happen, they gotta go to law enforcement. A therapist, if they even just think you part of anything, they finna go to law enforcement. You know what I'm saying?
And they should. If you come in here saying certain shit, they should call the police soon as you leave.
Yeah.
I'm finna blow up the post office.
I know. Sometimes Cass just be thinking they
need to go to jail. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Fuck you going? You gonna go to the therapist and tell on yourself?
All right. I'm gonna go blow up a school.
Niggas that do that shit all the time.
All the time. As soon as he leaves, the therapist should be like, 911, I'll hold. Right?
I'll hold.
All right. Shout out to Latasha Adams in the chat room. She said she's
What up, cuz?
How you doing? She says ENC Jordan.
Well, so that's my cousin in Cleveland.
Okay. And them Ian's peoples, the fact checkers people. She said Cleveland. That's what she's saying to my sister Sonia Thor. She said, hello, Cleveland, Ohio here. Welcome aboard. It's funny because Cleveland is our mirror city damn near. Like,
you ain't lying about that shit. Yes,
the setup of it used to be this real industrial hub, and there's this collapse and how the crack came in and knocked people around. Cleveland, and it's even comparable in size. So
yes,
it sits on a lake or it sits on a river, right? Or it's on lake.
No, it's on a lake. You right?
Okay, Lake Erie.
I love
Okay.
Cleveland, dog. Like the whole fam there. Like, I mean, you're not a single man, obviously, no more. But it's like my cousin who was just in there when we was younger, man. She has so many just beautiful friends. It was like 8 women to every man at one point there in the 90s. Just a beautiful place, man. I love it.
Shit.
I love Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she said she loved her white therapist. Hey man,
Tasha crazy.
she said shit. Goldberg working out for me.
Goldberg.
Rothstein.
Nigga, you stupid. That's funny.
Witkowski is doing me a solid, right? Hey, if it's working, Miss Adams, yes.
He says Stone Cold.
I don't care if he's an Arab. If he's, hello, how are we doing today? Hey, look, Habib, man, I'm having a rough one. Holla at that boy, man.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Laughing.
He said, A said, Latasha Adams, that's cool, but I'm saying that's my preference. Absolutely. I'm saying whatever works for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. As long as you go.
She said, Ace Cooley, you have a right to your own opinion. I'm not disagreeing. I tell you one thing about Outlaw Radio is everybody's always right on Outlaw Radio because the majority of the shit you say on here is your opinion. If that's how you feel, how can you be wrong if it's your opinion?
Yep.
Right? Like that is
you had all kinds
ultimate,
of people call in here. Yep.
That's the ultimate disclaimer when you're talking to say that's my opinion. That means I don't have to be factually accurate. It might not even happen. I might be lying.
I might be lying.
But I got the right to say it. It's my opinion. Shit, that's the ultimate disclaimer. David King, what it do? He said, blessings, my brother. I know we were supposed to have you on last Monday. And I want to reschedule you because I do want to talk about your gubernatorial run. I want to talk about that race period because we got people are giving Mandela hell.
That's an interesting one, bro. That race is,
Well, you got Mandela, you got DC. People are, but they sticking the screws to Mandela saying you had your turn. So I'm DC, like, wait, bro. I need for my people to let me know. So is we team DC? Like, y'all better tell me something. Because
I'm always gonna be team David.
But ain't that crazy?
Like, both Davids.
How can people be like, no, your time up, bro? You had your shot. Like, why you gotta quit trying though?
That's wild.
I ain't on neither side here nor there, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, how can people say, like, dog, quit trying? It ain't your turn.
Right. Go sit down somewhere.
That's because you intelligent, Kamar.
So from the way I'm looking at it, this is just my opticals. Mandela has experience at the state government level. He was the lieutenant governor.
You're about to break this shit down. I can tell.
DC has none. Well, no, he was a state rep. I take that back. He was a state rep. But I don't think that's as intricate as lieutenant governor. I don't know what a lieutenant governor does. So, but when they say, well, let DC run, and I'm like, well, hold on, somebody who sat under the actual governor. And I think most of y'all supported Evers because a lot of black people voted for Evers. And the fact that he brought a black person along with him.
I was part of Tim Michael's campaign. So we was on the other side of it.
I'm kind of over the just vote for you because you're black thing anyways.
Yeah.
Look at the city of Milwaukee, the Black 7.
Yeah.
Right?
I knew that sound.
That's all I need to be said about that, right? Ruben Anderson said therapy is essential for black men to navigate unique stressors like racism, hypermasculinity, norms which suppress emotion, and generational trauma, providing a safe space for healing, emotional expression, and breaking harmful cycles, leading to better mental health, stronger relationships, and empowerment against systemic pressures. Okay, I could see how some people would need it. I'm telling you, I've never been to the point where I needed to sit on the couch. Or some people might say, Kev, you crazy. I remember 19 so-and-so, your ass is off the chain. Never to that level, never to that extent. Whatever I was doing, I guarantee you right now, I was very calculated in how I was moving.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been wild, but it was navigating a certain set of circumstances. So it was never like, he done lost his mind. No, as the old folks say, I never had a reprobated mind.
No, you just take your anger out on who it needed to get taken out on later. Yeah. That's all.
No, I took it out on the people that deserved it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you just took it out on them. It wasn't no.
Most of the people who I've done something to me. And I can't.
Yeah, you reactionary. Yeah, that's how it should be. Like innocent people ain't got shit to do with nothing.
Here and there, there's people who didn't really have shit to do with it. Just caught a bad day. But for the most part, it was somebody who had done something, or they was with somebody who done something to me. So it's
Oh
like,
no, but no, man. Sometimes you guilty by association. I know how that shit is too.
right.
Like you get into it because his friend gonna help him fight. So you got to knock out both of them, or if you got your people with you, they all got to get beat up. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense.
And sometimes somebody pushes you just too far.
Yeah.
You can't be responsible for what you do in the aftermath of that.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna pay for the you're gonna deal with the circumstances.
Because of
You
crazy.
better know that. She said ENC Jordan got them hands, our entire family do.
Yeah.
I come from a pretty physical family myself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Several of my relatives have been known pugilists.
He said pugil.
I'm just saying, Google that.
That's a fancy way of saying motherfuckers beat motherfuckers asses on regular.
Yes, I do indulge in pugilism from time to
You
time.
a fool, dog. Stop.
Natasha Adams said, "Amen, facts, brother." She said, "So you talk back to yourself as well." I do, and to me, I've had those have been some of the best conversations. I know it sounds weird.
No, it don't.
But to be going through something and to sit myself down and say, "Hey, man, what's going on?" I don't know, man. I'm kind of tripping a little bit. Well, what's the problem? Well, look at so and so and so. Yeah, but that's your fault. What you mean it's my fault? You the one who da 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 bung bung bung. By the end of that, I'm sitting there like, I guess I done figured this shit out. This is my responsibility. I'm taking accountability for what has happened. Now I got to figure out how to move on from it. So I can't bill myself, right? So it's like I do respond. So to answer your question, the whole motivation to do this entire podcast came from me sitting in a cold garage, like similar to a night like this, saying, what should I do? And a voice saying, start your own shit. It didn't say shit. I'm paraphrasing, like Ian said. Obviously, it was a rapper that I was talking to. I never seen the person, but I heard the voice. Right?
Jeez.
So, he said, hell yes, black men have been traumatized by the politics, by the workforce, by the judicial system as well. Are we walking around focusing solely on our traumatic experiences? Because most of the time during my day, I'm not focused on it. I'm trying to load my brain up with positive thoughts.
I think
back in the day,
do.
But not now.
Okay.
Yeah, not now. I used to back in the
day. You
day.
see them all the time. It's the people, you know what I mean, that's always stuck on negative shit, that's always got something negative to say about something. You know what I mean? It's those people who think like that are just like what you're talking about.
I can't go into detail, but it's funny that you're saying that because I was talking to one of my employees tonight, right before I left. And she's really, honestly, one of our best workers. She comes up, she shows up, she doesn't complain when I give her assignments because we got like back there now between everybody and the whole staff, it's about 15 people. Okay. So she does everything I ask her, bro. But you got people that have been with us for a while. Like, I'll give you the example. She was putting up Christmas decorations because it's in mental health. She was with one of the members, and one of the people that have been there for a while was like, I don't know why she doing that dumb Christmas shit anyway. Just to fuck with her. Like what the OG was saying. Like, she literally out of just for no reason just started fucking with her because she just got an award. She just got a gift card for being a great employee. And then one of the employees that I guarantee you, I mean, I know people watching it. We got 2 people that work for us right now that's watching right now. I know for a fact because they text me. That motherfucker getting fired anyway. But the problem I have is it makes me so mad because you have negative people that want to kind of bring you where they are. You know what I'm saying? If she and if the young lady didn't have that chill factor, what if she would have snapped on our floor, beat somebody ass? You know what I'm saying? And then we got to pay a lawsuit because somebody then did something on the floor. I got to fire these people. People got to get unemployment and drain our fucking account. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny you said that, Kumar, because I literally just had that conversation about 2 hours ago with somebody.
So I asked that question. I asked that question. Kind of. I shouldn't. It was a rhetorical question because I do know that there are people who are toting it around. I guess I was trying to get to the fact that one of the ways that I combat that is to try and think about things that make me happy.
Yes.
Think about things that make me happy.
Well,
you ain't gonna be negative.
That's something that a lot of people have to train themselves to do.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's something a lot of people have to train themselves to do. Everybody don't think on the same level that we think. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that. They don't have that understanding. And you got people that understand how they traumatize, but they don't go deeper and find out why, so they can heal. So they hold on to the traumas. And knowing you got this trauma, or dig this, you hear people say this all the time. I know I got a smart mouth. I know.
Yep. Fucking can't
you holding on to that trauma. You holding on to some kind of trauma.
So
You got a problem, but you don't work on it. So you holding on to this issue.
You're correct. So with my brother passing away, one of the things that has helped me deal with it mostly is to focus on the positive memories I have of him.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
All the times we were sitting somewhere talking and he had me dying laughing.
Right.
Right.
And see,
all the times we went somewhere and something crazy happened. Right.
And that's why you're supposed to enjoy the moments. Like with life,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Life is a series of moments, and you have to learn how to enjoy them all. Even the ones that you feel is bad, even the ones where you feel like something bad is happening to you, is something that's you're supposed to be learning something in that situation. It's never nothing bad that's happening to you.
Look at Shedeur Sanders. Same way. All that negativity that young man had, he should have went higher in the draft and all this stuff. And when he got a chance to play, he was asked in a press conference about his coach not making a play. Instantly, he wouldn't fall for the bait and just said, "I'm just happy to be playing." Woo woo. And I know he might have been thinking something else, but he didn't say it. He's so positive, dude. He's so freaking smart. I mean, prime. Look at Deion Sanders, though. We ain't even got to go into that. Like, so he's the ultimate dude that's positivity. But yeah, man, look at his kids. Same thing.
A real spin on this is what most people will do, especially when they lose someone. When they do think about the happy memories, it makes them sad because they say, "I'm gonna miss that." Yeah. Oh my God, that makes me think about him. But for me, it doesn't.
No, but that means you got some healing to do.
It makes me say, "Man, we had a lot of good times."
Good shit.
And it don't switch. I don't go into, "Oh my God." I'm like, man, there was some time.
Yeah, me too.
Here's a saying. If you don't heal from grief, you robbing yourself for memories.
Yeah, because
you never want to go.
You ain't enjoying the time you had. Yeah,
totally agree.
You know what I mean? You robbing yourself for the memories. You robbing yourself for the good moments.
Killing yourself, man.
Yeah. Mental health, Black people. Mental health, right?
That's shit real, dog.
Just say it. Just say it and leave it at that. Mental health, Black people. And I know a lot of us, we strong. We are the ultimate perseverers.
But
everybody got to decompress sometime.
Exactly, dog. It's important, dude. People act like it's not. It really is.
Yes, sir. Latasha Adams said you do need medication just because you see a therapist. That's why people don't go, because they think medication is key. It's not.
Exactly, bro.
No, I don't think it is. I
don't either.
Sometimes what we tend to do, and this is my people, this is why I love my people, we self-medicate, right? Because how many people are really smoking that weed or sipping that liquor or hitting that cigarette or that vape or eating that pork chop or you know what I'm saying? That the whole cake. Like, how many of them are doing that as a release?
He said that pork chop.
There's people people stress eat.
No, the reason I'm saying that is because we had a conversation about the foods and the meats, and Kumar, because Kumar makes some real strong points about that shit.
Oh man, I don't even want to get him started about meat.
No, I bought Dr. Sebi's book, the 3-in-1 book, as far as with the herbal and everything. I gotta order some shit from Kumar because I really believe that he's right. I believe he's right about far as you can just take natural things to really improve your health and like to clear out your digestion. I've been reading it, man. And I'm sorry, man, these vegan people, they got some good points. They dude, I think they got it down, man.
I do believe. Like I wouldn't even say it's a vegan thing. I would say it's just about knowing what food do for you and do to you.
See?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see, what knowledge itself is knowing what your body, how your body works. knowing what you need when something is wrong, knowing how
That's
to
why I share
heal,
all of your shit, because you be
knowing how
on
to
point,
heal
bro.
yourself mentally.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Knowing how your brain works so you can heal yourself. Understanding what you need to eat to fix yourself.
See,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
This is all knowledge of self. What I learned was knowledge of self is health. It ain't got nothing to do with history.
Now you sound like Rakim.
It's understanding is health. It really is. You know what
It's
I mean?
smart,
It's
yeah, it's
understanding where
intelligent.
you is understanding health. And yeah, pretty much in a nutshell.
I find that if you know what you're eating, it helps. Like if you actually understand food and what certain foods do to you, right? Just hear me out.
Yeah.
If you know sugar, which is probably the biggest drug on this planet, and a lot of people don't even know they're addicted. And if you don't understand how many different forms sugar comes in,
Yep.
right?
The bread.
Actually eating a bowl of rice is giving you a shitload, depending on what kind of rice it is. Let me clarify that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's giving you a shitload of sugar, pasta. Like a lot of foods, you say, I ain't putting no sugar on that.
That's the thing about Dr. Sebi. See, Dr. Sebi whole thing was teaching you about the foods. You know what I mean? He enlightened you on what you should eat and why you should eat it, what you shouldn't eat and why you shouldn't eat it. Like he gave you the whys. What I learned, I studied a bunch of different practitioners. You know what I'm saying? What I come to find out is Dr. Sebi has the best one. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Sebi has the best one.
Even when
his book is good.
When we talk about meat, and it's funny, Kev talking about meat. Listen, I'm talking about edible meat, right? Because 2025 is definitely the year of no Diddy, right? We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Lean meat versus fatty meat, right? Clean meat versus farm raised, bioengineered. Like it's so many variables, and I've watched people,
and it's the same thing with vegetables.
I've watched people who are keen dietitians, somebody like a Sebi or other people who've done this extensive research, point out what you can eat and be healthy, or what you can eat to be extraordinary healthy, and then the things that you shouldn't eat that will threaten your health overall, period. You got to come in on some level. Like you listen to this show tonight. If you call me in the morning and say, that's it, Kev, after listening to Kamar last night, I'm straight vegan. I ain't eating no more meat. I'm done. I would say, hold on, brother. Go and talk to Kamar and work out a transitional phase. Not that it's super hard to do, but so you can make it doable for yourself. Because you set yourself up for failure, right? Like, man, I'm eating a Whopper by Friday. Goddamn.
Like I said,
Whopper Wednesday, by the way.
We're just talking about knowledge of self. You know what I mean? Again, I transitioned because I understood how the brain works, how the brain functions. So it made it easy for me to transition. Now, let me tell you how I did that, right? I know both of y'all looking like, what the fuck? Like, but I understood that the brain reprograms itself through repetition, right? So I said, okay, well, I'm going to take it a little bit at a time. Every morning for breakfast, I'm going to make me a big-ass smoothie. So I start doing that. And you know what I mean? The smoothie, I drink that throughout the morning and I was straight. So after a few weeks, again, our ancestors understood a 21-day theory, where if you do something for 21 days straight, you subconsciously start wanting to do it or needing to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It become a part of your program. So I did this and the shit worked. You know what I mean? Because I started after the third week or after the second week, I started feeling like, well, shit, I don't need all that bullshit for breakfast. I don't need to go buy no sausages. I don't need to go get no eggs. I don't need to go do this. I don't need to go do that because I'm straight. I'm full. You get what I'm saying? So if I drink my smoothie, even if a motherfucker did come with some food, I wouldn't have been hungry. I wasn't hungry.
You wasn't going to eat. But
you know what I'm saying? I wasn't hungry no more. So I felt like I didn't have to do it.
It sounded like you just had a conversation with yourself too. Like you responded to yourself.
It's a conversation with yourself. But dig this. So then after breakfast, I got breakfast on lock. You know what I mean? My mind program, my own shit. I don't need all that bullshit. I straight with this, you know what I mean? So I moved to lunch. I start taking me a big ass salad to lunch to work. You know what I'm saying? And I had a big stew. I promise it was a big ass salad bowl full with lettuce and all kind of shit in it. Cause I thought I wouldn't get full if I ain't eat no meat. You know what I mean? And I was working that strenuous job. I needed a bunch of energy. So I'm like, shit, if I ain't, and like it was a mental thing. Now, after a few weeks of eating these big ass salads, I started thinking, realizing, well, shit, I'm straight. This sustained me. This shit worked. You know what I mean? So now I'm feeling good. Again, I'm talking to myself. This is a self-conversation, a self-talk. You know what I mean? And that shit is big, self-talk. Like you got to tell yourself you could do it. You got to feel like, tell yourself enough that you feel like it. But anyway, I got lunch down packed, and then it was just a matter of getting at home together. You know what I mean? For once, like when you get home, you got all kind of options now. You know what I'm saying? So I just did one day out the week. The next week, I did 2 or 3 days. That next week, I did the whole week. Then that next week, I did the whole week again. And I think I might have ate some grilled salmon from Pepper Pot after that. And then I've been vegan ever since.
Y'all better inbox this man if this is the
I ain't gonna lie, because that's why I be sharing his shit all the time, because he clearly knows exactly what he's talking about. So it's kind of like, it's important, man. Your health is very important, because if you don't value it, you know, you putting yourself in a very fucked up position. You know what I mean? So yeah, I respect it.
Mama Jenkins in the chat room, she says, I went to therapy twice a week. After my son was murdered, it helped me because I damn near lost my mind. But today I know that there's nothing too hard for God. I'm still working on me and my journey of life today. Understandable, especially if you lost that grief. Grief is one of the toughest ones, man. I'm telling you. She said, you don't need meds. My mistake. She said, you don't need meds. My mistake. I thought that's what you said. She said, all the ladies love Ian. Is that right? All the ladies love Ian.
At all. That is not true at all.
LL-Ian.
Right.
That is not true at all.
Ian, right?
LL-Ian.
No, they don't.
He ain't the fact.
That's his new name. LL-Ian.
No, man, it's funny because she could tell some stories that you please do not share. I've had some experiences and people have liked it, but no,
that's your new name, brother.
I like how he kind of lightly accepted the compliment. Like, you know, I didn't hear some, I didn't hear some stories.
She
but
gotta say nice things about me. She's my cousin.
They don't got to. I got some cousins who tell you he ain't shit. Latasha Adams is laughing. David King is laughing in the chat room. Sonia Thor is laughing.
I done been out with David too. We done been to places.
He said, be nice, everyone. Be nice. David King said that's what the parties do.
Don't even get started with that conversation. Yeah, these parties are on some other shit right now.
West Side in the building. He said DC is the only one to run a big city.
He didn't call his shot.
Right, but big city versus big state.
Oh, good point.
I mean, because to be the governor, you got to worry about the Upper Peninsula. You got to worry about southwestern Wisconsin. You got to worry about northwestern. You not just the north side. And I'm not going to criticize DC work in big city government, but you work for the county. So, okay.
This could get fiery real fast. I'm with you on that.
Kobe Lloyd, he said precise. What it do, Kobe? If you know, you know, Kobe. If you know, you know. He said precise. I'm gonna leave that there. Westside said Mandela, no legislation done, created or assisted. He said he mean Nathaniel.
Oh,
okay.
Nothing.
We could tell who he's voting for. Latasha said, I get pushed often by my brother, so I call the therapist. Okay.
Yeah.
Family. Earl says, sorry, no more jail food for me. What's that Nutra bar they had? I don't know. What was it called? They was serving people. It was a bunch of shit pressed into a bar.
I remember the bologna sandwiches in the
Shame on y'all for that Nutra loaf.
No mayo, but mustard and shit. Fuck out of here.
Sonia Thor said, I talk to myself and I answer myself. So if somebody make me mad, that's an ass whooping. Got saved by me answering myself back, because I promised my daddy I would do good, and I kept my promise. Because it's still hard. Both parents gone. It still hurt.
Amen.
I don't see. You're not a piece of stone. Of course, your body, you're gonna be receptive. I'm not even saying I don't have. I'm saying understanding my emotional makeup and understanding the situation, and
Yes.
just kind of fusing those two things together, saying I have to create a win-win here for me. You cherish those memories, those people live within you, in your heart. But if I carried that around every day and just focused on everybody I've lost, I would never leave the house.
Never.
That's how many people I done actually lost to death in my life.
Hey, Kev, you know, and it's like it's this is hard to say, right? But it's almost like you get used to learning how to do this.
Basically.
Because we done been through it so much.
So many times.
You know what I'm saying? We done had to go through this process so many times that it's a little easier to, I don't know, it's harder to say that it's easier to handle, but that might be the wrong word. But you know what I mean?
It becomes more manageable. It becomes more manageable.
Yeah.
Speaking
to
continue life.
Yeah.
Speaking of health and healthcare, I was going to say, Speaker of the House Johnson just revealed that the House GOP will not allow extension for Obamacare. And apparently, instead of the 17 million Americans that were going to be at risk initially, they're saying it's more like 24 million. And they're saying that the Republicans will not vote to extend the enhanced tax credits for Obamacare. It's called the Affordable Health Care Act. I don't know why they keep saying that. Leaving more than 22 million at risk losing their health insurance. So if you need a therapist, you ain't finna fucking get it because these guys are not going to do the extension. That's wild. I don't think people, Kev, a lot of people, I mean, I know our audience does, but I just don't think on a wide scale. I don't think people understand the significance of what they just did. This is wild shit, bro. Watch what happens.
Well,
Jesus.
I think people do understand it, but I think mostly I've said this before.
Yeah.
Trump, with his supposed businessman-esque approaches to privatize things. So what you're looking at is a replacement for this, because this won't be allowed to stand where people just don't have health care.
No, not at all.
There will be a system put in place now where it's back to being more privatized.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there'll be pseudo government agencies that handle this, but they're really owned by an individual for profit on some level. So Trump is big on privatization. A lot of you want to get rid of it. Well, he wants to privatize everything because he wants rich people to get richer. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
He is all about privatization. Natasha Adams said, I wish I could handle situations like you. What sign are you? I don't believe in zodiac signs, but I am a Scorpio. I don't know if that has any significance. But I think Kamar kind of framed it correctly. Yes. Like this starts all the way back in the early 80s as a little kid when my great-grandparents die, and my mother is broken by it. Her grandparents die. Her mother dies. Her uncles die. Some of her friends die. My grandparents pass away. My own parents. Some of my homeboys. Right down to my sibling. So like Kamar said, it's happened to me so many times from from when it first happens in the initial shock all the way to the preparation for the services, and then post-service and trying to move on.
Oh, yeah.
Not my first rodeo. So I'm not this kind of monolith, but my brain tends to adapt when something is repeated.
Oh, yeah.
It adapts to it. So I'm not Superman by any means, and I'm not telling anybody that this is the way they should handle whatever trauma or grief they have individually. I'm just saying for me, it's a situation where certain focuses have to be in place. I have to be of a certain mindset to say, okay, deal with this and then figure out how you're going to move on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so Ruben says Black men may avoid discussing trauma due to a combination of cultural stigma, societal pressures to suppress emotion,
absolutely,
lack of culturally competent mental health care providers, and the historical and ongoing impact of systematic racism. I don't know if a lot of people understand this, but if you behave in a certain way or if it manifests in a certain way, I know you got trauma. If you acting out, you ain't got to sit down and talk to me about it if you don't want to, but I know something ain't right with that brother. Brother got some issues there. I mean, how many friends have you had that you are aware they came up in a rough situation and you say, I know the homie, that's my guy, man, but you know, he got some issues. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, some brothers are trying to tuck it though, Ruben. Some brothers are trying to hold it on the inside, and it's killing them.
Yeah.
It's killing them. It's
You
health
ain't got to do
wise,
that.
from a health perspective and from a social perspective. That's why I say so many people always point the finger at somebody else because a relationship won't work. You are the common denominator, right?
In any level of therapy, and I've learned this from my sister, just as far as doing notation for, for the businesses or whatever. If the person that always blames everyone else, because my mother raised us with one freaking sentence: excuses satisfy those that make them. So if I'm constantly blaming you and I won't take any accountability, and people to tie it to politics, this is why people don't understand so much, and I get attacked online. This is why I hate Trump so much. They have no accountability. Like this Republican Party, I've never seen anything quite like this. But to go to your overall point, the thing is, though, man, I even say talk to a friend if necessary. You know what I mean? If you can't have therapy, find your ace boom coon like you had your big brother. You could talk to him about any fucking thing, period. If you can't afford a therapist or you can't do it, you definitely can't have a therapist now if you got insurance with the whole Affordable Health Care Act shit.
I know I can talk to myself about anything.
Yeah, no, I'm just
honestly, I'm saying, like, I don't think there's a conversation about myself I haven't had with myself. I don't know if they call that awareness or what. Latasha Adams says, I've learned to turn all my pain into passion. Best thing about my situation is I'm a chef over 20 years strong. She said, I'm going to make sure I'm reading this right. She said, lupus for 25 years. When I'm having a flare, I go create a dish. Argument, I go and create a dish. I make sure I have lots of things on hand. When I go create a dish, I try my best to be perfect, I'm thinking she's saying. So I put everything into deep thought, and it takes my mind off the arguments and my lupus pain. I stay focused. It happens all the time, and my dishes are 100 every time.
That's
Congratulations,
right,
you found a healthy outlet. I'm happy that you found that. Mama Jenkins says, memories are forever, and I have some great ones because we did everything together. Once again, that's what I'm saying about my brother. Like we grew up together. So my 50 years of life, I've never not known him. So I can go all the way back to some of my earliest memories was with my brother and myself. So Dion, I got you in a second. Let me finish with the chat room. A says Prime groomed him well to deal with controversy. Absolutely. He's trained. He's media savvy, along with a little cocky, which he should be. Brother's very talented.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Prime has him juiced and saying, yo, this is how you going to handle it.
He going to get that coach fired, though, Kev.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. One more game like he had last week, boy. Somebody better, we'll see. Yeah. Let it play out.
Gabriel has no shot if he has another game like that.
Might be Wally Pip over here. We'll see. Man. Hold on. David King says, but to take time to grieve and get up and do what they would want us to do. I lost a brother too. My condolences. Yeah, that's why I didn't do no show last week. I wasn't broken down, but I'm just like, listen, give yourself some space. Yeah, it's me. Another conversation I'm having with Kev. Like, just chill. I got it.
Exactly.
Be cool, bro. You straight? Yeah, I'm good. So I'm sorry I talked to myself, y'all. He said, yes, you speak the truth. Mental health. He said pork and beef rots in your stomach.
See?
Shout out to Johnny Smith, another one of my family members. Are you in Chicago, fam? He's throwing up his fist. What it do, family?
Probably.
Yeah, Chicago. I know he's from Chicago. It's part of my Chicago family. Nice. A says, shit, I didn't. A lot of people was walking around here with parasites that will affect your emotions, weight, as well as focus.
Damn.
Ruben said, truer words have never been spoken. He said, man, I feel you. Alicia Mullins in the chat room. What up, Alicia? How you doing? Alicia's trying to get a podcast kicked off and see if I can provide her with any assistance in that endeavor. Sharita Shaw said, hey, everyone, and welcome back, Outlaw family. How you doing, my sister? Y'all welcome to the show. Is Outlaw Radio my brother's keeper on a Wednesday night. Dedicated to my brother, Brian Bear Meat Barnes. He said, Latasha said, I just lost 4 within the last 10 days. One today. ENC Jordan just told your mom. So I'm immune to death as well. It's crazy. I say we live just to die and keep it moving. It's part of life. Everybody got a time, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially my family, that shit get deep, man. Like a lot of members of our family, just like y'all on the panel, the family business was a subculture for many years. Not to go into detail, but yeah, motherfuckers get killed, die, everything. So yeah, shit real, man.
She said, sorry for my loss. No problem. I'm staying strong, staying prayed up, as they say. Ace Cooley said Stefanski will never work in the league again. Well, Stefanski has a coach of the year under his belt, so he will work again now, and he's white. Let's come on now. I'm not saying he hasn't made a tremendous pile of football shit here. Sonia Thor said, my condolences to you, Kevin. She says, hey, Johnny. Latasha speaking to Johnny.
Hey, my cousin is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, just like David King. So they don't want the Browns to do anything anyway.
Anything except for a Packer fan. I feel sorry for your mother. Yeah, I said it. It's Packer country around here. Earl Henny said, fuck Donald Trump and his friends. So that's a great segue. Dion, you with us? What's on your mind, homie? What it do, man? Welcome to the show.
What's happening with you, bro?
I'm chilling. What's popping?
Hell yeah.
Nothing too much. Just taking it easy.
Okay.
How things been going with you, man? I'm definitely sorry about your loss. I fuck with you the long way.
Right. No doubt.
But shit, you know me, man. Looking at this bullshit. These motherfuckers are suspending my Twitter account. That's what I was looking at, trying to appeal this shit. These funky ass hunkies say shit every motherfucking day, and I said something, and they want to block my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit bothers the motherfucker.
What did you say to get your fucking Twitter account banned? Because they be saying all kind of reckless shit on there.
Super porn on Twitter. How do you get your Twitter?
Yeah, what did you say?
Man, I don't know. I be going over there. I don't even really do nothing on here because it got my government name on here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fuck around like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just really been just maintaining this shit. I felt kind of bad, man, when I heard that news and shit, man. I'm like, damn, I was just talking to my man about Thanksgiving and shit. So I know, the holiday gonna be special to you from now on. But like you said, man, we've been preparing ourselves for this shit for a long time, man. Every day, shit. I ain't gonna lie. I tell motherfuckers every day sometimes. I'll be like, man, now I'm getting older. I just turned 48. Motherfuckers be hitting their 50s, and you see people younger than you dying and older than you, not getting murdered, just dying from illnesses and shit like that. You start getting a little fearful. You know what I'm saying? You be like, well, I hope all my ducks in a row.
Yeah.
My house will be left with somebody. I got a little insurance policy. I just be worrying about my dogs and shit. And, I told motherfuckers to get my clothes away. Don't even try to sell that shit, even though a lot of that shit new. But other than that, though, I don't think about leaving no time soon. But like I tell motherfuckers, I'm 48. I ain't got 48 more years ahead of me. If you 35, you might have 35 more years ahead of you. But I definitely ain't got 48 more years ahead of me.
Maybe.
But other than that, though, it's been, this shit, just taking it easy, man, one day at a time. Life be life like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been up to shit new. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting for this new year to come in, trying to adjust to this job. I'm like, man, I'm really not a people person and shit. And I just, I hate the motherfuckers be calling me on the walkie-talkie. They're like, engineer. And that shit be frustrating the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? I be just getting this shit. You know what I'm saying? They think you Superman and shit. They come ask you some of the dumb fuckingest questions.
I'm have to go with my brother Kamar on this. Why would you take that job then?
I wanted to learn different skill set. I just don't want to be a truck driver.
Might be one you might want to embrace sometimes.
But you talking about you said that you got
trucks. I've been driving trucks since 2014. So that's basically. But see, this is just a stepping stone. Because I'm gonna see if I could get in school in the springtime to repair boilers, and then learn more about boilers and chillers. So then I could work at like hotels, big apartment complexes, hospitals, maybe another university or school. And another thing, I don't like working for government agencies, because even though the agency that I work for, it's not a for-profit agency. I'm a civil servant, as they would say, because the taxpayers pay me my money. And, it's too much red tape to go get vacations. And it's just a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I can't. I said, I'm going to give myself 2 years of this shit, get the little title, give me some more licenses up under my belt. Yeah. I'm going to see if I might go to Marquette University or maybe UWM or something like that.
Well, hold on now, because they're funded by government dollars as well, both of them.
No, they ain't. They private entities.
Are you crazy? You think Marquette doesn't get any government subsidies? You think UWM is a state institution? What are you talking about?
I might have to go to the hospital and shit.
A hospital gets the government subsidies too.
It ain't funny though. It ain't funny, but I can't. Let me tell you a little story. I meant to tell you this happened like 2 months ago. So, I used to go over to the St. Samaritan in the morning or lunch to give me some breakfast or lunch or whatever. Anyway, to make a long story short, they banned me out the hospital, out the cafeteria, because they said I said something about one of the cooks' ass. And I didn't even say nothing about the girl ass, though, because she's not the type of person that you can say anything about her ass. Now, I might have been talking to one of the other cooks and said something about her ass, but I didn't say nothing about her ass directly to her. You know what I'm saying?
Dion, how in the living hell do you get banned from a hospital cafe? Listen, you might need to sit on.
I ain't never heard no shit like that.
You might need to sit on somebody's couch, bro. Like, for real.
Security came and surrounded me, so I'm thinking my car got demanded. So I'm walking out with my food. They was like, him. I was like, what? They took me back and shit. I'm like, what's going on? The one security guard came and hollered at me. And I wanted to tell the one security guard, because I seen his bitch ass across the street. I wanted to be like, look, dude, you shouldn't have came in no motherfucker like that. Because you're not the police. A motherfucker get stupid with you. You get killed and lose your job. Then your family be like, oh, he was just doing his job.
Dion,
you know what I'm saying? But
Dion,
what?
My chat room is dying laughing at you right now. Everybody's laughing in the comments. Like, come on, man.
This is my sister. She's a therapist.
I think they framed me though, kid. Because I ain't saying nothing about that woman ass.
Dion, you said something about somebody's ass loud enough for people to hear.
Oh,
somebody's ass was meant, and I know how you talk. So there's really no telling what you have done in that cafeteria over the last few. You have probably been a terrorist. The women probably run and hide when you come through the door. Y'all don't even understand. We was in the Sherman Phoenix. Dion had most of the ladies in the Sherman Phoenix like, oh my God. What's wrong with y'all, friend? Lord have mercy, bless him, Jesus.
The Phoenix was cracking.
Listen at you. Have you not learned anything? He's still talking about her ass is big, though. Listen, let me do this. First of all, y'all pray for Dion. But I want to go because we got some time left. I want to kind of talk about some of the biggest. We were talking about some of the biggest stories of the year, and obviously the violence in the city kind of was the biggest thing, and it deserved the most time. But I want to say too, one of the biggest developments that we've seen in 2025, and one of the biggest topics of conversation has been Trump. Whether it be him being a white nationalist, whether it be his economic policies with the tariffs, whether it be ICE, whether it be some of his off-the-wall behavior and comments, whether it be partisan politics. Trump, I think for probably the first time that I can remember, more people are politically aware now than there ever have been. Because there for a long time, there's been people who just don't follow politics. They don't know one representative from another, what senator. Trump has, like, you got people like Jasmine Crockett and other representatives and senators and congressmen who have blew up because of Trump and his behavior. Like, one way or another, I feel like we discussed Trump on every show I did this year. And I do typically 2 shows a week, and there's 52 weeks in a year.
Yep.
So how many shows is that, give or take a few weeks or times that we were off? Trump's name has come up. And it was the second year of his presidency. Trump and his callousness, and it's gotten to the point where there's so many microaggressions, like the whole thing with taking black soldiers, taking their medals, their war medals. You're taking Martin Luther King and Juneteenth off days that you can't get into a federal or national park for free. Like, All these every day Trump is doing something. Even we start talking about Epstein. Trump has been tied into almost everything, y'all. Like, so 2025, I think, will be a year I'll look back and say, man, politics was the talk of the day most of the time. And it's not just always that you hate them. And sometimes the conversation is about that you love them.
And remember, you also learned, as well as all of us, the people that supported this dumb shit, you really did have the mask pulled back, and you could just see what kind of people supported who. The shit is ridiculous, man. This was a wild time for politics. We've never seen anything quite like this. Never.
It's been a ride in 2025.
Yes, absolutely.
Trumpism has been a ride. And you know, I think too, something that this shows is, and I see Mama Jenkins in the chat room saying it. And I'm gonna let her say it. She said they're getting just what they voted for, a damn fool and the biggest liar on earth. So the question becomes, when people say voting don't do shit, or voting ain't, you know, it don't matter. I think Trump's election shows you it does indeed matter how you vote. Now, so people say, Kev, he really didn't win it. Enough people voted for him.
Get out of here. Yeah, exactly.
And when you can find increases within us, and like I say, we still were overwhelmingly voted democratically, which I'm not a Democrat either. But I'm saying for so long, black people have Velcroed themselves to Democrats in terms of voting because of policies and things like that that seem to favor us. But I'm saying Latinos voted for Trump overwhelmingly and then became his main opposition. Right. So, you know, everybody, El Trump, somebody, you say it, you see any people speak anything like, oh, Trump, right? Like it's his policies have affected everything.
Donald Trump.
Right. So I think it's a big year for that. And I also want to say about our city too. I think this is the year that we actually showed or we tried to shine a light on how much revenue is generated versus how much is taken. We had a $200 million taxpayer generated funding via this Act 12 tax increase. And 90% of it went to city pension costs.
Oh, God.
Every time there's been a deficit, instead of adding something that will employ people or financially empower people, we have gone to the city tax levy or the property tax levy or the county property tax levy, which basically, in a nutshell, is driving the cost of living in Milwaukee up. Now, when you say, well, the money is there for that, but there has to be an opportunity for the citizens of Milwaukee to be empowered financially so that these costs, because first of all, you have a city that has a very high poverty level, especially in particular for people of color, right? Yes. And so when we start to talk about we are some of the poorest people who get charged the highest fees and highest taxes and highest prices in terms of the increase that tax hike brought. So I think this city this year became way more aware because they would put deficits out there. Like the county still ain't told the truth about what their deficit was. At one point it was 19 million, then it was 2 million, then they had a surplus, then they didn't. Right? The city, at least the mayor admitted, yeah, well, you know, we did this 200 million, but we still up short. And we probably gonna have to ask for some more money in the future. Where is the economic empowerment? Where the jobs, brother? Where the jobs?
It don't exist.
There's a large investment in infrastructure here, highways, bridges, whatever you're building. I don't see a mandate for minority contractors to be hired.
No.
And so my point is that was big in 2025 to me as well. The lack of leadership in our city. I think it's magnified now. I think more people now are looking like, wait a minute, everything fucked up? You got a $1.6 billion for a public school, a $1.6 billion budget for a public school system that is readily admitted we're going to need more in the near future. We just gave you $252 million in the referendum that you told us would prevent cuts, and then as soon as you got it, you cut people. So, like, what's the cost versus what's being earned by the people? I feel like our leaders take and give themselves proper, like, pay increases, And the rest of us are standing, wait a minute, we're going to write more tickets this year. And we're going to collect them. We towing your shit. Right? Like,
that's why my boy James Jordan left. That's why
Okay.
he took his construction company and they went to fucking North Carolina. And I mean, I don't want to wish nothing. I don't want to like put this in the universe like JCP Construction, my boy Clifton Phelps. I wonder how long they're going to be around. These are, and for everybody listening, those are two black-owned construction companies. And I know about James I've known since we were 15 years old, and Clifton I've known for a while, and our parents know each other. But I mean, how long is he gonna fucking stay around? Like what you just said, it's not inviting, bro, to especially black construction companies. I'm with you on that, dog. Like that is wild to me.
So somebody out there who's in the know, let me know if you've heard of our mayor working on a program right now that would provide tax incentives for companies to basically build here.
Thank you.
Or corporations to establish some sort of facilities here. Has he floated this to large businesses to say, look, we got a lot of vacant commercial property. We have a lot of vacant industrial property on the north side of Milwaukee. It does need to be developed.
What do you think? I'm curious, actually.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has that program, but I have to be sure, Ian. I have to ask people if that's out there.
Because he might have mentioned it to somebody. You never know. I'm with you on that shit. Like, we don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I sure would like to see it, right?
Yeah, me too.
Sonya said, when is Trump going to jail? Well, considering that he got 34 felonies at once in a trial and he didn't go, thinking he might not be going no time soon.
Prison P
said, what about P. Diddy? Dion said he'll call back. Ace said he's going through all of it. Another big thing is that we have people withdrawn from both of these punk ass parties.
Yeah,
because they both full of shit. We getting pimped by a country that is the size of New Jersey. I think a lot of people have. I think the two-party system in 2025 has been put on blast. I think a lot of people did. That became a big topic of 2025, which was how much does partisan politics outweigh people? We did a show here called People Over Politics, and I know a lot of larger platforms did the same thing. This is Earl. He says, look at what they gave that white woman who lost her job for going off on that black family. Yeah, I remember what they gave the one in Minnesota when she was up in Duluth and cursing out the black kids. And
called the little kid a nigger and shit.
Yeah, she got rewarded. She got rewarded. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yes,
white people look out for white people. But y'all mad because we said foundational black American. Y'all better leave me alone. Sharita Shaw said, I agree with Ace. Now Diddy is one of the biggest stories of the year.
I was going to actually add one thing before you started talking about that. I just want to talk about the beautiful, intelligent, articulate, wonderful Jasmine Crockett is running for Texas Senate. So anybody paying attention to that, that's going to be awesome. And they are ripping her up right now. So you know she on the right path. I love it.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah, USA Today says she has absolutely no shot at winning. That's a damn lie. She's
a big factor of 2025 too. Like I said, Jasmine Crockett and a bunch of other representatives have actually created secondary careers from being able to create what we would call content now because of Trump and their willingness to speak out against him. Brenda Peterson is correcting me. This lady was in Rochester, she said, Rochester, Minnesota, where she talked about the black kids on the playground.
Shiloh. Yeah, she's talking about Shiloh, whatever. Yeah, I know what she's talking about.
Earl says they don't want black people here to have a good paying jobs, just jail time.
No, not at all.
Oh, once again, we refer back to that conflict of interest of what if the black community fucks around and bubbles up financially and that crime drops, right? It's going to be some people in trouble up north.
Whoever freaking organized it.
Maybe this is something we need to start saying out loud to the city and their leaders saying, look, we get it. The jig is up. We get it now. Y'all don't really want to help us. It ain't that you can't. You don't want to help us because you don't want the prison population to go down.
These people don't even like us for the most part, which is kind of funny about it. Like people get so offended. Like they say, well, I went to a restaurant and he would call me a nigger or whatever. You know what? Stop filming these fucking racists and making them famous. Go to an organization that wants your money. It's getting so annoying. Like the whole Cinnabon thing. Like you knew Cinnabon was going to fire this stupid bitch. You knew this. But the problem with all of this is, I'm like, dude, these people are sometimes doing things just because they know the ramifications. She made what, $140,000 or whatever it was. You know what? Stop making these people popular, man. It's just wild to me because I saw the whole video and I can see why some of these, you know, Charlie Kirk supporters and Trump supporters, how they could easily say, well, you don't get the context or whatever. I'm like, I get it, but I just think we need to really focus more on, like, Kevin, you talk about it all the time. Kumar is fucking living it as well as myself. Let's just do our own thing, move in silence. Fuck these people. And honestly, if like 7 or 8 really good businessmen got together in Milwaukee, they could buy up a lot of that shit you're talking about, Kevin. Those abandoned buildings, people could buy blocks. It's so many fucking boarded up houses. Even when I lived there, I saw it.
I don't think ownership. Now, in some cases in our city,
yeah,
the city does own a lot of these properties through tax foreclosure. But see,
that's so true.
It's not necessarily about ownership for me, because to me it comes down to usage. I can own a building for a long time if it's not zoned, if I can't get zoning for what the building was initially created for. So if this building was a factory of some sort in the 40s, 50s, 60s, the neighborhoods changed, the zoning in the area has changed. So I can't just necessarily move in there and start another factory, right? Like,
right.
You have to, and so that's why you see so many facilities become mixed use. Apartments upstairs and retail space downstairs. That's why we don't have a mall in Milwaukee downtown. Got to make it to some apartments with a few stores here and there. Usage. And for usage, what you need to do is you need to go out and get people who are already running businesses and say, hey, you have the wherewithal to change this. You can go with the zoning because you don't need this to be a factory. You need a processing center. Let's change it into a processing center. Like, you have to have useful ownership, I guess they should say. So I think that's one of the issues. Let me go to the chat room. Oh, David King. Shout out to David King. He says, I thank God people are waking up. It should be people over parties. I've been speaking this for a while, and that's why I'm running as an independent. Shout out to you.
Shout out
to you. Shout out to you. Unfortunately, the DC and Mandela's running for, like Ian would say, the McDonald's. They running for the Big Ten. They running for Nike. They running for
their
the
war chest. Their war chest gonna have hundreds of thousands of dollars in it,
if not millions. Not millions.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Remember, David Crowley got young Bruce Wayne, Chris Abley with him.
Oh God, he does. I forgot all about that. Oh yeah.
Written. Yes, it is.
Who do you think?
White Wisconsin. Christian Harris. He said Godzilla. Christian Harris.
He say all kind of shit. If y'all are familiar with Kristen T. Harris, he actually fills in for Alex Jones on InfoWars.
Okay.
Usually, yeah. So I sent him a text message with like, tune into the show. Now he tuning in. What up,
I spoke with him on the phone. You had me on the phone with him before.
Yeah. And he was no, that's Josh. He was actually on your show.
Okay.
Yeah, this was about 2 years ago.
Ian will bring some white people to your house, just so you know.
Oh, absolutely. I know all these white niggas.
This is Bill, and this is Tom, and this is Tim. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Outlaws, right? Like, I'm like, who the fuck brought the white people? Shout out to you if you listening and you're white.
Where's Scott?
You're welcome to your opinion as well. So please don't hold back. Unless you're gonna say some disrespectful racist shit, then I'm not gonna really be offended. I'm just gonna hang up on you.
Gene,
so it'll be really quick.
Where's her ass
at? He said they gave us white woman. Ace Cooley said they gave this white woman damn near 1 million through GoFundMe.
Oh,
yet they blocked the funding for Kamala Harris GoFundMe for his legal fees. Carmelo Anthony, I'm sorry for his legal fees. I'm sorry. Well, double standards. Double standards.
Don't even get me started on that shit. Yeah,
double standards.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
At
nothing
this point,
you can do about that. Yep.
It's going down. Yeah. I think if we got our weight up, and if we played the game the same, I'm gonna say this till I die. Where's our black special interest groups? Where's our black lobbyists? Right? Where's that at?
Saying that too. Yep.
And we had the sister, forget her name, Sister King, back in Madison, back in the days, and she was with another white lady. I'm sorry, I forget the lady's name. They were actually lobbyists in Madison, and they were going back and forth with the state about the vaccinations. And so she said there's black people. She's biracial, but I don't think she was a tether. I would have to check. I don't know. Mama Jenkins said, KB, I had the opportunity to drive through Midtown, and everything over there is out of business. So many vacant spaces. Only thing left over there is a pick and save and fast food joints. As for Miss Crockett, her campaign ad was phenomenal, and she used his voice and let him run his loose lips like always. She's going to make him eat his words.
Well, I mean, with that said, it's funny when you were talking about Milwaukee, like while we're talking, I'm looking online at some of the vacant lots and everything there. They got prices from $3,800 to $7,400, just like 18th Street, stuff like that. I would just, I pray to my Lord and Savior, I have enough money to where I can go back home and actually do some positive things. Because I mean, Milwaukee is a wonderful community, man.
Once again, it comes down to usage and zoning. So you can purchase. I had a partner who bought a bar one time, and he was already a successful bar owner, but he found a location that he thought was more prime, and it was a better location. And he actually purchased the bar, did renovations, and it had been a bar before. And then they told him, you can't have a bar here because it's no longer zoned for you to have a bar. And so he was stuck with this building for a very long time. And this came from him saying, the city screwed me over. I'm thinking about suing them because I done invested all this money. And it had been a bar before. Upon my purchase, they didn't tell me that I couldn't operate it as a bar. So there's that. So usage and zoning, you have to know what you buy. You can't just buy property because you got money.
You better hire somebody.
Like, I want to build here. You can't build that there. What you mean? So, Latasha Adams said that's what you got to love about Jasmine. Jasmine is big in 2025. Now, Ace referred to Diddy, and Diddy's story was big because of the trial. I think what Diddy, the whole deal with Diddy was, it shined a light on the behavior of some people who we might look at as celebrities. I feel like once Cat Williams went on that Shay, was that last year in January?
Yes, it was.
It opened up this whole I'm telling thing when it comes to celebrities. And many celebrities over the years have engaged in extreme debauchery, right? Like craziness, crazy, freaky, stupid madness. But for a long time, people turned a deaf ear to it. They turned a blind eye to it, even though there may have been underage celebrities themselves have come out who were famous when they were underage are saying, I was exploited. 2025, it became more and more people hell, in 2025, Smokey Robinson's housekeepers came out and said he sexually assaulted them.
Yeah, I remember.
What? There's men and women, right? Like, so now it's just the norm to talk about, but I think what Diddy's case was big too, because Diddy beat a RICO. And we saw how sometimes people think they know the law, because you had a lot of black barbershop lawyers who knew that case. They're finna do life. That man, that man gone. And I kept saying there's a lot of overwhelming evidence of a lot of different things, but I don't think this is a RICO case. It didn't appear that he was running a criminal organization, which is what RICO is based on. He didn't look like a criminal empire. He ended up getting convicted for the Mann Act, which is basically transporting prostitutes.
That's wild.
I think it appeared as such. They just couldn't prove it.
They did a poor job of proving it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It appeared as such because, like, from our eye looking in, you know what I mean? It looked like Diddy doing this, Diddy doing that, especially the way the media feed it to you. You know what I'm saying? The media feed it to you like he's guilty, like he did that.
The media is probably the ones who screwed it up the most, Kumar, because when I was looking at it, I was saying, no, it's horrible. Some of the stuff when we hearing about somebody, ejaculating on your girl and you like kind of rubbing it on your nipples and all this is horrible. This is just fucking sick behavior. But is that a crime? Is that operating a criminal enterprise? I kept saying, I don't see the criminal enterprise. I didn't say I didn't see any criminal activity.
Right.
I mean, you can really break it down, though, Kev. Like, for instance, you made a point. You said the Cat Williams interview was on Club Shay Shay and everything started happening. You are pretty much 1,000% accurate on that one because that was January 3rd, 2024. So that was in the first quarter. But what's funny about what you said in regard to fucking Puff, I think what really happened with Puff is the fact that they tried him for other shit that happened before. And you're absolutely right. The shit that he went to jail for, that was really confusing because the thing that really, really messed him up, and I actually asked my attorney, and I asked him, I said, bro, is there any way that Cassie video, in your professional opinion, did that really fuck him up? He said them releasing that and him getting indicted like a month and a half afterwards, he said, hell yeah, it did. He said he stood absolutely no chance. Now, he told me that he didn't think he would go to jail for all the years, but he said that's why he got in trouble, because if you think about it, he got in trouble for basically transporting prostitutes. Imagine if you had a bachelor party in Chicago, but you know what I'm saying, you transported strippers from fucking Milwaukee. That is, I mean, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's similar. That's just crazy, man. I never agreed with the shit anyway, personally.
Well, hold on. I think that the Cassie video was a perfect example that this man was very guilty of domestic violence.
Yeah.
But that's not what he was. But that wasn't what he was on trial for.
And that's what they used.
And he had also paid her.
Yeah.
He had also paid her.
30.
Okay.
Yep.
And the government, because Cassie was cool. She's like, let me just go ahead. I got this money.
And they subpoenaed her.
The government came in and said, no, we're going to bring federal charges. Right.
That was gangster. Yeah, that was gangster.
So let me go to chat room. Chat room popping once again.
Yeah, you about to spark up some shit with the Diddy talk. This is a wild case. That was a wild case.
Mama Jenkins is calling out 50 Cent, who I was just about to talk about.
No.
Ace says Diddy is connected to Epstein and a bunch of politicians and celebrities and other royal beings around the world. And I think
recorded everything.
Ace, I believe Diddy had some sort of immunity because of some of his connections. I think somebody pulled some kind of string, some highly powerful person.
Well, how about this? Maybe Diddy has something to say since all of a sudden this Epstein stuff starting to come out.
That's what I'm saying. That helped him beat his case.
Maybe he in there running his mouth and shit.
That helped him beat his case. Exactly. Say, did you hear what the fuck? Hold on, don't worry about it, Sean. We got you. 2 years. Oh, just don't say that.
Time served.
And who else?
Right. You said Obama was doing what while you was over here? Like,
yes, sir.
I don't know. Michelle was a little over the top with Cat Williams the other day on the show, talking about how good he looked to her. This might be a.
And look, man, look. Remember at the beginning when they raided his house with Homeland Security.
Yeah,
it's people bigger than him that they was looking for. With that,
yeah, it's a waste of taxpayer money. You talking about we found some baby oil? If you don't get the fuck out of here. They looking for somebody named to be in something. I bet you, dog, and that might be why this shit is coming out now.
They don't come like that for no reason. You're absolutely right. They don't.
Carl, you need to turn your device down.
Homeland Security on that bullshit.
I gotta find my remote.
Carla, I can't believe you couldn't call the show with. I couldn't because somebody called the show with the show in the background. What did you say?
I had to look for the remote. I didn't know it was that loud. I had to find a remote. Kev, calm down. It's turned it down.
Turn your shit down. Don't tell me to calm down. Turn your shit down. Go ahead, Kamar.
I said, hell no, they ain't gonna send Homeland Security on no false mission like that. On no base that's never. That can be beat. Right. You know what I'm saying? That nigga said something.
OG, what do they say when the motherfuckers come to your door with the windbreakers? They already know the answer.
They already know. We talking about.
They knew what baby oil was.
Yeah, what they talking about?
Tasha said, "Did he beat the devil?"
Who the fuck is making this pink shit?
She said, "Did he beat in the devil eyes? It ain't over in God eyes."
Who put the coke in the fire hose?
They said at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to get on 50's bad side. That nigga know he petty as hell.
He's doing a Jay-Z doc too, by the way.
Let me finish the chat room. Mama Jenkins said, I believe he got a lot of shit on a whole lot of folks. Ace Cooley, he says they raided his house looking for videotapes. You talking about the Illuminati now? They trying to destroy evidence. Latasha said, we all know Diddy gay ass was in those files. She said, I respect wholeheartedly because he would have never spoke. We would have never known. Rest in peace, Pac. Rest in peace, Biggie. We always knew Diddy was behind y'all, and the rest of
Very true.
those fake ass deaths. I'm not so sure about that. I want to talk about the documentary because it did come at the end of the year, and it's become one of the biggest conversations that we've had. Now, some people say 50, you're dead wrong for doing this. Now, I want to talk about, first of all, I guess this was supposed to have been, a lot of this footage was supposedly going to be used for a documentary that Diddy was going to do when he got out of prison, if he had been innocent and was freed. Because he didn't get free, supposedly, allegedly, 50 Cent was able to go in and purchase most of the footage. And I don't like the footage is the footage, but like, so somebody said something in the chat room about he has something on a lot of people. If you got a lot of shit on a lot of people, it sounds like you're the re-embodiment of J. Edgar Hoover. What kind of person is stacking evidence? You know, it's like somebody who always know who a rat, who got like Whack 100, who got the paperwork, who got this. How is it that you are the arbiter of said information? Why are you so trustworthy and having, you got money? Yeah, but it's not about money. It's about knowing who to get it from. You have something. Why are you stockpiling information on people? Now, if this stuff is true, it is what it is. Yeah. And I look at 50 Cent as, I think, and I said this before and everybody shot me down. I'm going to say it again. I think 50 ultimately is in his chest because his baby's mother was up in the freak offs. And you have a son by her. And let's get this straight. When did you find out? Was you still in love, tonguing her down, and when she was coming from a weekend? You know what I mean? Like, because this is personal for you to be going at somebody like this because he said he wanted to take him shopping. Stop it. This has everything to do with what he had your baby mama doing. And I seen her yesterday saying, you know, could you please just like leave me alone? Like I'm trying to raise our son. And if anything, 50 should feel violated, and y'all can let me know how y'all feel. Your baby mama was there, cuz. You got a whole child with one of the main flip'ems.
She wasn't associated, nigga. She was there, like you said.
She was getting down. She was
getting spit roasted, nigga.
An essential part of this whole thing, coming home to you. You can find me in the club, pocket full of dubs. Right? Okay.
I get money.
Right, yeah, because it's personal. This is personal. There's no other reason. And when I said it, people was like, "Nah, Kev, I don't really."
That's some sucker shit if you really think about it, though. But
go ahead, Kamar.
That would be, but I'm pretty sure they beef started before that.
Oh, it started way before that. But I'm just saying, though, Kev got a point.
I'm saying? That's something that's in it. You know what I mean? And really, I'm gonna tell you, I really don't think he give a shit too much no more about that. You know what I mean? If he wasn't fucking with her, I mean.
Well, hold on, Kamar.
I don't think he was really tripping on that shit. Like I say, 50 had beef with Dog before then.
He owed dude like $100,000 for the Mace.
Hold on once. He been throwing gay jokes at at Puffy for years.
Gay jokes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think this got nothing to do with the baby mama. I just think that happened in the meanwhile.
But what happened about the business shit, though?
Back type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Kev. What about the business shit, though, Kev? Remember, Mace was going to be on G Unit. Dog let him fly out there or whatever. That racked up to about, I believe, $150,000 to $250,000. And then fucking Puff never paid him.
I think
that got something to do with it, too, though, to be real with you. Because he was mad at you.
What I said. It's important to hear what I said.
Yeah.
There has been beef between these two for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure.
It has been shots. It has been, I'll throw a shot here, I'll throw a shot there. It never got this personal as to where somebody's went through a federal RICO trial and you're going to basically go and throw and regurgitate. You're trying to get him charged with something else. To me, that is way more personal than it has been in the past. To me, that's you saying, oh, I know just how, and this is just my opinion once again, and I look forward to hearing everybody's. I think, and that boy is about 6 years old, ain't he? How old is his son?
About 7 years old, yeah.
So it's been a while now. We might be 10 years out 50 ain't been famous that long. So, you know what I'm saying? I think 50 feels, and Kamar, you might be right when you say he don't care, but when you have a baby by somebody and you're on a picture with the woman, the mama at the beach with the little boy, and you playing in it, like I feel like you was in a real relationship with her, cuzzo. Like you can say now, man, I didn't care about that broad. You impregnated her, son.
Hey, 50 always been one to not let shit die off. Like, dog got feuds. I'm looking at something on Google now where they were saying he had feuds going with Diddy since 2002. That's 23 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, he been gunning at him. Like, I don't think we could just say, like, this is why 50 got an issue with Diddy.
I'm going to say it.
I just think that since all this shit happened, 50 jumped all over it.
Wait, Kamar, wait. What? Wait, hold on, what?
Sire Jackson, which I believe is his youngest son, right? Sire was born in 2012 to Daphne Joy.
He's 13?
He's the little nigga 13 now.
So this is this happened a long time ago. Now, we didn't know, Kamar, we didn't know anything about it until this trial. So 50 has known for a very long time that, baby mama been at one of them. Is it even your son?
And that's
he
why
knew that
shit.
Yeah, he knew that.
That's why
he knew that specifically.
He's a troll. He's opportunistic. You know what I mean? Diddy making the ass out of Diddy. Yeah, he gonna jump all over it. And then why not? And then why not get paid off of it? If I got a production studio, I can make a movie about this nigga and get some money too. Shit, why not?
Is that his son?
Hey,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Listen,
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
You can call all that what you want, but this nigga 50 is laughing to the bank.
Okay, fine, Bob. That's fine too.
That's fine y'all too. Can't see. He look like him, dog. He do.
Okay. Well, so check this out. I want to say first and foremost, I know money's great, and this brother has been wealthy for a very long time. Yes, all money ain't good money, and you can still be hurting just because you got money. And it is, to me, I've lived by the street codes and the man codes that we live by. If one of my homeboys had a woman and he had a baby by her, I don't care how much money he got. If we found out that she was at the other cat house getting, and this ain't just getting flipped, this is freakazoid to the next level.
Flipper shit.
I'm gonna look at the homeboy and say, that shit, bro, you know that shit hurt you. You know it hurt you. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like, hell yeah, man, I hate this motherfucker for life.
I think he knew the type of chick she was when he met her.
And still had a baby by her, knew she'd go to puffy parties and get eat ejaculation and pee and all. Okay.
He probably wasn't foreseeing that, but I'm talking about as far as like the type of chick that go from entertainer to entertainer.
Yeah. That one right there.
I'm sure he knew that. That's probably how he called her.
I'm going to hold on to the fact that, and I said this too, and I think this is why a lot of people disagree with me, because I said, I thought that was a black eye for 50, for his baby mama to be getting run down on the back end by the dude who you saying is gay.
I think it was a black eye for him. I think it was a black eye for him to let her be his baby mama, to allow her to be his baby mama. I think that was the black eye because, like I said, he know what type of chick he was dealing with, or he should have. So that was the black eye.
It's a black eye nonetheless. As long as you got one, you got hit by something. I don't know what hit you. Dion,
it ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. Hey, listen, you can't look at him and look at him as the villain because she's a whore.
I can look at him and laugh at him because he's laughed at everybody else. Hold on. He's laughed at everybody else's misfortune and he's gone in on individuals. So I do look at him and laugh and say, what happens when the bully gets bullied? That's why I look at him and laugh.
That's getting bullied?
I think it's a black eye.
Did you see Marlon Wayans
strike against you because even like you just said, this is who you chose to have a baby by.
No strike against him, though.
To me, it does.
Marlon Wayans.
Like now, dig this to other men, to his ego, yeah. But yeah, like I said, you know what type of chick that is. You know what I mean? Other men look at him, and that's a strike against him.
That's why I said me. I'm an other man.
But he like, shit, them. I got another baby mama. It ain't shit. So right. What? That's the type of shit she do.
Wear that jacket all you want. I'm still going to say, in my opinion, and I said it then, so at least I've been consistent. It's a black eye for him. It's not a good look for your baby mama to turn out to be a flipper. I don't care how much money you got. Now
how many
I'm scared.
niggas baby mamas go and fuck somebody else when they ain't fucking with them no more?
This is different though.
It ain't different.
It is different for her to be doing what did you
That's
read what she admitted to doing?
What happened.
It wasn't just her fucking Diddy. It wasn't just
she was
her
a prostitute.
It was her, right? That's what I'm saying. She was out with multiple men. So that to me, that's bad.
And she was getting paid.
Like you said, she was a prostitute. Like,
I don't understand. I don't understand why.
In her, man.
I don't understand why I can't feel like
it's
a black eye for him. I don't.
Okay, so if we shut up, it won't be no show.
No, because we got other shit to talk about.
If we don't keep talking, I'm just saying, if we don't counter what you're saying, it ain't no show.
That's why I keep saying me. I'm not telling you what to say. I'm saying me. You saying other men. I already said I'm the other man.
You say me, that means
I just agree with you when you said to other men. I said that's me. I'm other men. That's what you just said. It's me. I'm on that side of the fence where I feel like no matter how much money he got or whatever, I feel like that's a black eye.
Okay, well,
that shit wouldn't bother me.
Conversation over, Ian. Conversation over. Conversation over, Ian.
Say it again, Ian. I can't hear what you said.
Conversation over. We can't say nothing else.
That's not what I said either.
No, I'm saying that I don't care what the broad is doing after I fuck with her. Why would I care? Right. I don't think he care. I don't know.
You agree with Kamar, right? You agree with Kamar, right?
Yeah, I think he's more mad about the Mace shit and the money because dude owed him a lot of money, dog. Like he owed him money. He didn't let him write another song and shit. And you know that 50 Cent liked Pac a lot, and they thought that Puff dropped the bag on that shit. I'm pretty sure it's like some different shit.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. Puffy owes 50 money?
Man, for the Mace shit, yeah, because he was trying to buy him out, and Mace did like 2 songs with G Unit Records, and he was trying to go ahead and buy Mace out, and Puffy didn't fucking pay him, and then just didn't let the songs come out. They came out on mixtapes.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, listen to King of New York. Listen to the song he did about New York. He said on the end of it, he was like, "Give me 50,000 and I'll leave you alone. If not, it's finna get rough." He got a diss song where he say it at the end of the song. And then he talked about it on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, that shit was wild, bro. That's more about the business.
Puffy making a pass at him.
He was mad at Puffy over the business. I think
he's probably more upset than the baby mama issue. This nigga just made a pass at me.
Oh shit! I was just about to Dion.
Oh, Dion been on for a minute.
Now, Dion, I'm almost scared to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you. What do you think about 50's baby mama at the freak off with Diddy and the baby oil? What do you think about this?
I don't know the backstory of it like that. I ain't even watched the whole documentary. I want to, I already know, man. I'm one of them type of people. Whether you right or wrong, I'm gonna ride with you. So I feel like, I didn't really think that Diddy, he did nothing wrong when, motherfucker, every motherfucker probably slap the shit out that girl every now and then, you know what I'm saying? He just got caught on camera doing that shit though, you know what I'm saying?
And this is why I was scared.
That's just like with R. Kelly.
You got off way off the top.
Though, you know what I'm saying? So
wait, and this is why I was scared because you say, "Yeah, motherfucker done slapped this girl." I'm sorry, I've never slapped.
Me either.
Yeah, shit.
That ain't normal, Dion.
A motherfucker slapped some woman in the past.
That ain't normal.
Even if it went. So you ain't never slapped a woman a day in your life?
No.
That I was in a relationship with? Never.
Just a woman.
I ain't never slapped a woman that I wasn't in a relationship with.
I had a fight with a girl when I was in 2nd grade. Yeah, I had a fight with a girl when I was in 2nd grade. That's the only woman I ever hit. Yeah. He said,
but I don't really know the backstory.
No, there's no backstory. Here's the story. What the question is this?
The question, right?
50,
get back to the question.
50 has a baby mama that he has a 13-year-old son by. And it came out over the past few years that one of Puffy's biggest kind of concubines in his freak offs, and this is by her own admission, saying, I was setting them up on my own after a while. Like I was getting paid money. I was making sure they were still happening. I said I felt like that was a black eye on 50 that his baby mama was over there philandering with Puffy. Kamar said he don't think it means anything to 50 because 50 has money and there's other mitigating factors involved in their beef.
Not because he's having money, not because he's having money, but because he don't fuck with her no more.
Okay, and Ian said he agreed with Kamar. So I wanted to know, did you and even in that, to make the documentary, people saying that's dry snitching. You're a rat, like, you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to get your
story's been out for a decade.
The whole process.
He got the film from them. You said he was going to use it in case he got out.
Right, it was Diddy's footage.
So
he bought it. Had to buy it footage.
You said you think it's sad.
Yeah, I don't think 50 should have did that.
Okay, so he shouldn't have done the documentary, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think he should have did that.
Let me see what the chat room is saying.
I just don't know why he did.
Let me ask a question. I got a question. Would it have been cool if a white man had did it? Would it have been better? I'm saying would it have been better? Because it wouldn't have been cool. It really ain't cool either way. But I'm saying, would it have been better if a white man had capitalized off of it?
Oh, you talking about the documentary? You talking about the documentary?
Yeah. If a white man capitalized off the documentary versus a black man.
Go ahead,
50
Dion.
had malicious intent. If it was like Trap Guy, whatever his name, and he's just doing a documentary, and he really has no dog in the fight, he's just trying to profit off of it, then yeah. But I don't think 50 was trying to really profit off of it. I think it was some malice or some evil intent, the reason he did that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it was just like one of us.
So you can hit me, but I can't hit you like I hit. You can hit me, but I can't hit you like I hit.
Hold on.
I don't understand how Puffy hit him.
You said you don't understand how Puffy hit him.
We just talked. We was just listening. We was just talking about two. We just mentioned two different situations where 50 felt
about
like
him fucking his girl. His girl up for grabs, man.
Are you gonna ask me a question and then keep talking?
He owed him money, bro.
We just talked about two different situations on where 50 said he felt like he was disrespected on why he was pissed at him. One of them was how Puffy shot his shot at him. You know what I'm saying? He did his Puffy thing towards him or tried it on him.
I don't believe that. He lying. He lying.
Okay, well,
no, he's not lying about that.
I'm just saying, you asked. Now, whatever the fuck now listen, you asked. Now, whatever I say, all you got to say is he lying. I'm answering your question. I'm trying to answer your question.
Yeah, I don't think
Puffy. If you don't want to believe, why ask the question?
I don't think Puffy made no pass. I don't think Puffy made no pass to that man.
Oh yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody the only person who told the story. They fuck Luther
he ain't the only person who told the story, Dion. He ain't the only person who told the story.
Hold on. Let me get to the chat room.
Why do niggas be sticking so close to this Puffy dude?
Hold on, I got something when Kevin is done.
Hold on. Natasha Adams says, "Why did he sweet ass tape his lawyer?" She said, "Why did he sweet ass tape his lawyer? Got that man mad as hell."
That was wild that he did that shit. He was recording himself on a conversation he was having with somebody else, and he had his lawyer on there talking about the case, bro. If that shit would have came out before, he would have fucked himself. Yeah, dude. And when you done, I'm sorry, I got something to read.
I'm just trying to get to chat room.
Yeah,
Mama Jenkins said 50 had a real freak. Kristen Harris. Kristen says, "What's up, guys? Any publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad. Your name's in the news." Yes, that Barnum and Bailey approach. Latasha said, "Won't God do it? Nobody else would tell 50 baby mama start sexing dude, messing with dudes. Shit hit the fan now. We hear if that's what y'all think, but the beef was before the baby mama. Go back and check the receipts." So she agrees with Kamar, which is fine. Once again, everybody is right on Outlaw Radio because it's your opinion. So how could your opinion be wrong? She said, "Do y'all even care that Diddy robbed everyone who worked for him? And if you become bigger than him, they died from pneumonia or cause of death unknown. Come on, it's more than 50.
She's talking about Kim Porter.
I know who she's talking about. Latasha says, mad respect, 50. This is Ace. He says, 50 is a dangerous motherfucker to be on his bad side. This nigga also stepped on Jay Prince's toes by opening up shop in Houston and dared him to make him check in. He's going after his comment didn't finish. Sharita Shaw, she says, I don't think 50 give a hell about the baby mama. He don't even give a hell about his oldest son.
Yeah.
Latasha Hare says, talk your shit, real OG. I'm down with you. Sharita said, 50 is a genius. He capitalizes off of hot topics and make it good for TV. Latasha Adams says, Sharita Shaw, she agrees with you. Earl says, damn, it's your son's mother and it's your son mother. It's your son mother and it's your son mother.
I know what he mean though.
I don't. Please explain it to me. I don't know what he's talking about. He said, A said, I'm with Ian. That nigga mad about the money. Latasha says, I've never been slapped. You slap me, it's gonna be hell to pay. The bigger the family, the sadder the funeral. Lots of sad singing, slow singing, and flower bringing.
Absolutely. That's so true.
Telly Nellum, my homeboy from my neighborhood. Shout out to you, Telly. He said, names, Kev. Who was the girl? Is her name Daphne Joy? Is that her name?
Yeah, that is her name. You got it right.
Latasha Adams said, Ace Cooley, facts. Sharita said, Kamar, go off then. I'm with you on this one. Telly Nellum said, white Netflix gained from it.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a good point, Telly. In the end, the white man did get his hand in the cookie jar. Latasha Adams said, that dude talking must don't watch TV. We all seen the shit.
Yeah.
Ace says, a lot of motherfuckers think Diddy was bad for the culture. Remember him and Jay-Z blocked the outcome of all black distribution company with Irv Gotti, Suge Knight, and Jay Prince. If he blocking shit, I don't think anybody in the hip-hop game want this nigga around. And Earl Henning said, for the love of money. Now, let me say this. Somebody must have heard something wrong, or maybe a sentiment was expressed that shouldn't have. I'm not protecting Puffy. I'm not defending Puffy. I'm not justifying anything Puffy did. What I'm saying is, as a man, women bring down kingdoms. Women, now we talk about beef. We talk part of the East Coast, West Coast beef was because Puffy had Misa Hilton, who was Puffy's baby mama, out and was on the cover of a magazine and was in a magazine saying what one coast won't do, what the other coast will. So women are always in play. So I'm sure they had issues before this. I am sure that 50 has a million reasons to hate Puffy, but I think when it comes to your woman who you have a baby by, I don't care how mackish, pimpish, gangster, rich, I don't care how any of that is, it definitely affects the outcome that your baby mama's caught up in the middle. Shit, look at with Nas and Jay-Z. The whole argument, one of their biggest beefs was the baby mama going between Nas and Jay-Z, which created Ether and the takeover. So I'm saying women are entirely on the field when it comes to brothers having beef. They are, like, brothers get mad at that baby mama that driving this. I had family members fall out over baby mama.
I've seen that too, but I was gonna add to what you said. You said that you said that Puff or 50 had a million reasons to be mad at Diddy, right? Well, the core of the issue between Mace accusing Diddy of underpaying him and withholding his publishing rights for decades, this is like, apparently this one is almost 25 years, is claiming that Diddy, this is a claim, allegedly that he only paid him for $20,000 for his work, and he refused to sell back the publishing rights for $2 million. So Fifth got 2 million reasons why he was mad. And I'm telling you, because I followed this,
so
Fifth
Ian
has been saying for years he was going to go after him.
You can Google this too.
Yeah, for sure.
About 4 years ago. Now, I don't know if he did it, but Puffy announced he gave all the Bad Boy artists their
he gave them their publishing rights.
Published them back. But also I want to say this. Yeah. I heard Mace say this, and I heard in an interview, I heard Diddy say he gave Mace $3 million to come back because he said he wanted to come back. Mace kept the money and then came back with 50. So if anybody owes, and you see they had a beef in the past few years where Diddy was saying, you still owe me $3 million.
But I don't know how it did when Mace's first album made like 60 million. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused by that. Like I'm not sure about that one, Kev.
No, look it up. I've also heard Mace say
no. I got it up right now.
He was getting paid handsomely by Puffy, and it came to a situation about the ownership of the masters or whatever. Once again, there's a story that was corroborated by both of them that said Puffy gave Mace a large sum of money and Mace skated on him. I don't know. I'm nobody's lawyer. I'm nobody's accountant. I wasn't even on the money. Well, I'm just saying. I felt like I can laugh.
No, you're not. You're not wrong, though, Kev.
I can laugh at the bully for getting bullied. That was my.
I was going to say though, this is the counterclaim. Now, far as 50s, far as interaction with the whole thing, that's actually a little bit different because he was still on Bad Boy. So, what the counterclaim is, Diddy publicly stated that Mace owed him $3 million. Which could or could not be true. I don't know how it is true because if you remember, Mace actually was the pen for Bad Boy for like 3 or 4 years. So I don't really believe that. So what Puffy was saying, he owed him $3 million. You heard him say that too? Yeah, like and Puffy agreed with that. Yeah, he never discounted that. So when they did the whole thing and he was going to do the transfer to G Unit, dude, he allegedly owed him $2 million. That's one of the main reasons Fifth is mad. And that's why I agree with Kumar. Because I don't think he's tripping on the female shit too hard, but I see, but Kev, I see your point because that can hurt your heart and that can hurt your ego when your baby mama is a prostitute. Both of y'all are right in my opinion. But I agree more with Kumar though.
Go ahead. I want everybody, like they say, talk your shit. I don't listen. I'm like MJG. We at the end of this rhyme, and I done said mine,
bro. But he's going to do a Jay-Z one next, y'all.
Hey,
did you see that?
I was just gonna say, the thing is, we don't know how much money Puffy may have owed them before that $3 million.
Thank you.
I don't know nothing about that.
Like according to Mace, that might just be a part of what he owed.
I don't know nothing about the finance.
Jay-Z.
Right, I know. I'm just saying. Like, so we really can't debate all that. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that money was one of the issues that.
And we do know that the baby mama did go over there and get dog walked.
Yes, she did. And it's
but funny. I just feel like, hey, look, I just feel like, okay, I got two baby mamas.
Okay.
When I was done fucking with them, I didn't give a fuck who they was fucking.
Me neither. I didn't give a fuck my ex-wife is fucking with. Who cares?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck. So what? It's Diddy.
Okay.
Hold on. What I know the
type of shit this motherfucker do. So what?
Okay.
She, you know what I mean? She ran with it.
Okay. I hear you. Now, Sarita Shaw is going at me.
Kev, look, dig this. Like now, respectfully,
I'll see it your ass.
Right now, yeah. Me and Ian done had kids and then moved on.
Yeah,
we understand how that feel.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I wish the best for my ex-wife. She's probably watching right now. I noticed me and her, we don't really communicate, but she watches everything that I do, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I pray for her new boyfriend, her new family, because my son is involved. So I want them to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely love the fact that people assume or would assume that I drew some magic card in terms of not having to go through that. But the reality of it is I was very, and with the help of God, obviously,
blessed. No,
I was very meticulous about who I chose to have a child with. It's just a fact.
Yep.
I ain't saying it is a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's a flex.
No, I'm saying no.
That is a flex.
I'm just saying. You probably couldn't relate like me and Ian could. That's why you feel like you do.
Entirely. But the point of my statement is, if right now, and I don't care if we got divorced today, if I found out 2 years from now that she was involved by going to somebody else's parties or house, getting dog walked, it would hurt me. Even if I wasn't with her, it would still. But I would say, "Oh, that's fucked
Maybe
up."
I'm just
while she was your wife, of course. I agree.
She was my girl. While I'm at home with my son,
maybe I'm just built different. Because like when I was done, I was done. Like,
but while I'm at home with my son,
I didn't give a fuck if they wouldn't jumped off the fucking bridge.
I think
No,
they were
hold on.
still
It's
together
different
for a
though,
portion
Kev,
of it,
because
though.
you were
Hold on,
married
Ian.
to her and she treated.
He's
I don't care
13.
who they
Hold
fucking,
on.
how they getting, how she getting
The
fucked
son is
and all that
13,
shit.
right? The son's
Ain't none of my
13.
business.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
He
they
was
were
born in
still together while she
2012.
was doing this. There's no evidence that they was broke up when she was engaged in this. This
No,
went
there is
on
no
while
evidence.
he was at the crib with the baby. So it ain't just that they broke up and he don't no longer give a fuck. Now I want to go to Sharita Shaw. She said
It was presented
she
that
said-
they weren't together though.
she said now women are at fault, Kevin. Well, let's be honest. Look at some of the great beefs between men. There's a woman involved. Like, come on now. Are we really?
Yeah,
Hold
true.
on. Time out. We don't sit up here and act like that women have not been at the heart of some of the worst beefs you've ever seen in your life, where people die, kingdoms fall.
Look at
Right, like-
Faith and Pac and Biggie. Shit, yeah.
Well, once again,
Yep.
he
Yeah.
knows.
You right.
Hey,
Yeah.
half of me agree with you, but it's another part of me that understands that I got to be accountable for what I do.
Exactly.
Well, she does too, and if she's playing both sides,
See,
she does
I
too.
said
I heard you say you. That's why I said
So
she.
I
didn't say nothing about
listen,
you.
listen. So what I'm saying is, I have to be accountable for what I do. So I have to be accountable for not getting into it with somebody over what a woman does.
Good job. That's you.
So I'm saying, like, we can point the blame at them for being doing the foul shit that's been happening over the years. But
Niggas
at the
do it
same
all the
time,
time.
every time one of those foul things happen, the men could have checked themselves somehow.
And there's been a lot of cases of women who intentionally manipulated both sides.
Yeah.
And admittedly, she owned up to her shit and said, "Yeah, you know, I kind
You
of."
do realize that both of y'all actually have a strong fucking point.
Yeah, that's
both
why I
of y'all,
said
yeah,
I
both of
agree
y'all
with
really
you.
do have a
That's
strong
why I
point.
said
with this.
it's a lot of half of me agree with them, but then it's another part of me that understands I'm accountable for what
me too.
I do.
I'm saying throughout our existence, there has been some devious women who have brought the castle down, including Eve, who bit the apple.
I can agree
So
with
there's
that.
that.
That story wasn't even fucking real. That story wasn't even fucking real. Let's not go there.
Well, to you, to me, it is.
It's some stuff that's real that really happened.
To
that
me,
you
it's
can
real.
really
Whether
reference,
symbolically,
you know
whether
what
it's
I mean?
metaphorical or not, I think it's got some validity to it. I do. Call me old fashioned if you want, or call me a fool. Just spell it right. It's
No,
too
you're
old.
not wrong.
And then we have to remember that a man wrote that story.
Well, he got it from somewhere.
Hey, you know what?
He got an inspiration from somebody. What you say, Dion?
I still want to say fuck the Somalis though.
This nigga. Hold up, that's a whole nother topic.
Everybody
that whole
can get
Trump
it
shit in the
right?
Somalians is wild.
So it
wild,
turns
bro.
into Messy Monday, anyways.
So you side with Trump on this issue, then?
With the Somalians?
Dion, you side with Trump on this issue?
Did you really?
No, I don't really like. You know what?
Because Trump felt like fuck the Somalis too.
I never.
Go
I
ahead.
never like Africans. Though. I never like Africans because they feel like they're not black.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. You agree with Trump on something?
I was talking to like two African chicks. I love Africans. Both of them was fine too. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I don't
hold on, because I'm. You know what? When it comes to illegal immigration and exploitation of what we have over here, I can't say I don't disagree with Trump. Get him out of here. I don't agree with the way he's done it. And I think that's another part of 2025 that's very huge is when we are dealing with it, because immigration has been a problem for a very long time. Okay.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't even give credence to the fact that Obama has deported more illegal immigrants than Trump has.
The porter in chief.
Right. So I'm saying, but it was the way it was done. I think people treating people the right way has merit, right? Like I think anytime it becomes over the top, abusive, intrusive, oppressive, then I think it's wrong. And I think ICE's approach to running up in communities, grabbing children.
Don't even start.
And then we have to understand that some of these people that you're sending back are people who have been here and may have gotten caught up because their paper wasn't right, but they weren't
30 years and shit.
But they weren't criminals though.
They're paying taxes and helping the economy.
But at the same time, there's rules here. If you're
True.
here illegally, right? Like if you're here illegally, then this is what happens. I can ride with that, but I don't think you got to beat the person down and, you know, put your boot on their neck and make them look bad. Like the Somalians, I've been to Minneapolis.
Yeah, me too.
And I've gone over the period of the last 30 years. I've been to Minneapolis so many times.
Yeah.
I've bore witness to how Somalians have taken over the city of Minneapolis. And speaking with my family who lives up there, they've told me about these gangs, these huge Somali gangs that are running crazy in the city. So I'm looking at that saying that's damaging my people in our community. Now what Dion said, what Dion said about Somalians, or he doesn't like Africans, I'm not on the same page where I'm not going to say I don't like Africans. I think I'm more reacted to the fact that Africans don't really like or appreciate me, and it's not all of them. Yeah. It's definitely not all of them, but we have issues with Native Africans, and this is what became huge in 2025 too, was FBA, Foundational Black American Movement and Delineation, became a hot button issue in 2025, and it didn't involve us really shitting on Native Africans. It was really us just self-identifying the same way they do when they say I'm Kenyan, I'm Nigerian, I'm whatever. It was just my way of saying, hey, well, I'm American. Now we got another caller. I believe this is Ace because it's Arizona area code, but I might be wrong. Is this you, Ace?
Hell yeah, it's me. I'm with Dion. Fuck all them motherfuckers. We tried to work with them. And I know some of them motherfuckers came over legally and did what they do, but a lot of them motherfuckers still racist. If you ain't down with the FBA, fuck you. That's just how I feel. Fuck them. Shit. You know, we can't go to their country and be all shitty with them. You know, they come over here flying flags and shit. We can't go there and think we don't let fuck them care.
Hey,
why you feel like that for them? They taking money out of your mouth if they could. Then on top of that, we hate motherfuckers. And fuck them. I used to like them, but fuck them.
Now, which them are you talking about? Which them are you talking about?
All of them. Shit.
God damn.
So every immigrant, he said,
fuck them. Hell yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Because you talk to them, man. Look. Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing? What's up, dog? Anyway, man, you talk to these motherfuckers, they talk about us like a dog, man.
Yeah.
They just talk about like a, and then you know what? They going off of white supremacist and talking points.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so, I mean, before they even get vetted, they get vetted to come over here. They gonna tell them to stay away from the black Americans. And these dumb motherfuckers is the motherfuckers that gonna listen to the same motherfuckers that sit and colonize their country. Man, fuck them. Fuck them. That's one of them. And I don't feel bad about none of that shit. And any motherfucker get mad about that, FBA for real, my nigga.
There you go. That's what's up. Let me get the rest of the chat room. Ace,
That's
hold on.
it. Wow, because
Latasha Adams says, Jay-Z, you next, camel looking ass nigga.
Hey, cuz they doing another one on him.
Hold on.
Said he gonna do one.
Earl Henning said, a hoe will always be a hoe. Telly, shout out to the homie. He said 50 coming for LaFace Records next. He'll do a documentary on Pebbles.
God
damn. Hold on. A said that's Puffy thing. He took out $50K out of the Bad Boy budget just to buy Suge Knight's side piece, some jewelry. Remember he used to be with Al B. Sure, Puffy is known. And he took his son. He didn't just take his girl, he took his son. Like, your son's calling me daddy. Look, Puffy is a snake. Puffy is one of the more evil motherfuckers we've encountered in the last I don't know how long. I just feel like the baby mama is like, that's how you know it's blood on the floor when you say I'm going at this baby mama.
That's actually pretty good. That was
now
good.
Telly said baby mama shit do hit different.
Yeah, true.
He said, now this is the I'm having too much fun. Earl said not always. I know hoes that's housewives now. A few in my circle. Used to be a player, but when I found my Mr. Right, I threw my card in respectfully. I did lots of whole shit.
Hey,
I didn't think about that.
Hold on. She got a friend that used to date Mike Tyson. Her friend's so fine. Oh my God. I'm in love with her friend named Helen, but she married now. Jamaican, beautiful.
Woo. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong though, y'all. Tell me if I'm wrong. Where we come from, niggas called out the rats in the hood, right?
Yes.
So why is 50 wrong for doing this documentary? Like
Well,
it's a long listen, let me finish. It's a long line of motherfuckers that got stories about this nigga. Like I said, I ain't even talking about court. I'm just talking about the shit where people talk about what he done to him, right? And this is something that goes on in the industry. It ain't like this is the first person to do the shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Like we done heard about him. We done heard about the people who he learned it from. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't go after them. But what I'm saying is,
women aside, right? Because that's been kind of the main vein. But
right.
you're talking about why do people have a problem? Now, see, I'm gonna say once again, for me, I don't necessarily have a problem with 50 doing the documentary because I believe, obviously, which was stated before, that footage was collected because Puffy his intention was to do his own documentary, right? Some of the personal footage of certain things. I think 50 is an opportunist, which as a businessman, a lot of times you have to be. My thing with 50 is not even it really, for me personally, because we all got our picks, right? My thing with him is not even about right or wrong about doing the documentary. I am an individual who just hates bullies. I can't stand a bully. I can't stand a person who, because they got money or because they have status, shits on another person. Now, if those two individuals have beef, I get that. But I've seen 50 do a lot of bullying over the years. So for me, I say a lot of times, I want to see the bully get treated at least once. And so that was my point. But I don't think he was wrong for doing the documentary. I don't.
Right. I dig this. Now, this is a part of the trauma from him that acts out, right? Because see, that's how he got treated when he first came in right before he came in the industry. Like everybody was shitting on him because, you know what I mean? No, we can't fuck with you, dog. We can't fuck with you. You too rough. You too rough around the edges. Jam Master Jay gave him a shot. All them other niggas, Puff Daddy and them, all the niggas in New York looked over him, shitted on him. You know what I'm saying? So that's where his beef started. That's how he got the idea to make that record, How to Rob. You know what I mean? And he talked about robbing everybody in the industry. Y'all shitting on him.
Hilarious. Which is hilarious.
So it's like he started out getting bullied and then became the motherfucker to be able to punch back.
That song is hilarious, by the way.
I mean, this how I look at it, right?
If you've never heard it, that song is hilarious, just by the way, if you listen to it. And I don't think he's been as lyrically nimble since that song. I've struggled over the years and there's certain 50 Cent songs that I do like, but to me, that was him at his best. I don't know if getting shot in the mouth got something to do with it, but Sharita Shaw says 50 was on the Sherry Shepherd show and said it's much more to add because he only had 4 episodes, so he had to leave a lot out. Allegedly, he hinted that he might be taking the rest to YouTube. Power move, you think?
What he said, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is just from what I heard. I heard him through an interview. He's trying to destroy Puffy.
Right.
But even when he comes and gets out, he doesn't want him to even be able to do anything anymore. You gotta understand, like I said, Puffy was a motherfucker that he stepped on a lot of toes, man. A lot of toes of people that was trying to grow him and Jay-Z. They really want him out of the way. I think I did. I got a comment there to tell you how they fucked up the. It was supposed to be an all-black distribution between Earth Gotti, Suge Knight, and Jay Prince.
Yeah.
To get these motherfuckers, these people out of our business. You know what I'm saying? They blocked them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, a lot of people got beef with him, and when you got beef with most everybody in the industry, man, nobody gives a fuck about you, man. You got too many people.
I'm looking at Sharita. That might be a power move on his behalf. I think so. I heard somebody use the word accountability on this show, and I'm a firm believer that in life it ain't what you do, is how you do it. And sometimes, every now and then, the way the universe rolls is when you kick someone while they're down, the karma that comes back on you can be devastating. And I once again, they may have beef. I don't want to go into that again. I'm just saying, and it's partially because my view of him is jaded in that I don't like bullies. So Kamar, I hear you on saying it's him kind of responding like, yo, nobody wasn't saying nothing when they was bullying me. Now when they say ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That might be true. But for the last 15 years, I've seen 50 bullying other people. Game. Even though Game destroyed him lyrically, Game. Right? Like 50 just young buck.
I ain't young buck.
Hey, look, let's not talk about how that other camp done shot him up and everything. While he
I'm actually listening.
I ain't saying it was puffy, but I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of animosity built up in the motherfucker. Like, right when I first started talking, I was talking about the trauma that's acting out now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
From
Kev, I'm kind of listening. I just listened to
for him. I ain't saying it's right, but for him, in his mind, it's payback.
Right, and God bless him.
And I see what you're saying about the bully shit, though. But the thing is, though, you got to look at, I mean, you probably have looked at it, but you just got your opinion. Like me personally, I see that the nigga got shot 13 times, 11 times, whatever the fuck it was. And that was the shit with Ja Rule and them and Supreme and them, and that was some street shit. In addition to that, you look at all the other shit with dude owing him money and everything else, it's kind of like, I do see where Fifth is coming from. And I don't want to say dude's name, but I gotta add him. It's not nothing negative or whatever, because he could be listening or whatever.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You already know the dude that will remain nameless. I went back and forth with him, but the thing is, like, he would say something and people didn't hear it, and when I went at him a little bit more, it's like, Ian, why you being an asshole? I think that's kind of what it is with the Fifth thing, because dude, from where I'm sitting at, yeah, 50 could have let it go. And like, I've talked to you and, you know, OG done said some shit like, dog, man, chill out, bro. Don't even sweat that shit, which you guys are right, by the way. But I do see where 50 is coming from, though.
Well, somebody in the background said 50 is a hoe. Who said that? Was that you, Dion?
I don't think he a hoe. I ain't gonna go that far.
Was that Dion or was that Ace?
No, I ain't
me. I'm saying 50 a bitch ass nigga.
Now, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way? And he could be. We don't know him personally. He's just
we don't know. Yeah, he could be. Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, but you be seeing his antics and shit. Like, dude, he just be tripping the shit he did to Young Buck and then the game and all that. Like, men, it's just like, if a man don't fuck with you, we don't fuck with you. We leave it be. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to destroy your career. I ain't trying to fuck with your bitch. I just don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And 50, he just be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't like him since the Young Buck situation. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then, you know, when they was talking about that shit, they was like, well, 50, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had deals with Reebok, and you had to keep the shit on at all times and all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can understand on the business aspect, but you can't control nobody every fucking move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
Hey,
his music was good, but as far as him being an individual, you know what I'm saying? He just, nah.
Hey, I bet you every one of them niggas wish they had a follow this tutelage.
Being the boss, man, I think just being the boss, he gonna be an asshole that way. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants the shit ran a certain kind of way. But you know, I ain't saying I know he's petty as fuck. I ain't calling him bitch.
Hey, look. He was doing what he was taught. He was telling them to do what he was taught. He was teaching them about, you know, how Dre and them, his whole camp, like they was teaching them about getting money, about getting your own label, building your own brand. So he like, look, this the brand. This is what we got to do. We got to do this shit. So he teaching them something. But look at the niggas now. They all broke. Well, I don't know if they broke now, but I'm just saying. Listen what I'm saying. Like, okay, listen to what I'm saying. You got a motherfucker that's in a much better position than you.
Yep.
You trying to get to this position. Why not listen to this nigga other than think that you could do it on your fucking own?
So the only monkey wrench in that for me, because I agree with that. If I fish you out the gutter, you need to do what I say. But when it comes to me recording, you call me because you're struggling. You having a time. He's crying. He's emotional. You recorded and make it available to the world.
That's fucked up.
And it wasn't a beef between them yet. He did this arbitrarily. Like, these are the things that I say. I look at him and say, yeah, but he's been this kind of.
No, it was a beef before that because dude said that he had some court cases or something and 50 had the money, he didn't pay him. I do remember that.
What I'm saying is,
and also 50 was keeping his residual checks and shit. his royalty checks. He didn't even know he was getting them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
What
Like,
I'm saying is,
I don't know about that.
he and Buck at this point, they had an internal thing, but
Yeah, they did.
it became public once 50 releases the calls.
That
Like,
shit
because
was
then
fucked up though.
it's foul.
That was
know,
foul. That was fucked up. Yeah.
So maybe that's where I kind of start saying, wait, what kind of nigga does that? That'd be like, so rest in peace to my brother. This show has been
looking
dedicated
at it like
to my
he
brother.
is this though, and I do.
Hold on, this is where I'm going. That'd have been like me calling one of y'all to confide in y'all and say, Kamar, man, I'm dead. I need help, man.
I'm not doing that.
Kamar, we get into an argument. We disagree about something just between me and him. And then I wake up Monday morning and he put it on Facebook.
I'm not doing that.
I'd be like, yo,
that's that grimy ass New York nigga shit.
He 90s grimy in his own words. After Puffy sent him a funeral arrangement of flowers.
Hey man, you do what you can, right?
They all kick it like that. They all do each other like that, right? I think it's more like Ian said, it's more about the bigger the platform.
Yeah.
It's more like your bark is louder, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all.
So now when 50 put this recording out, you know what I mean? We missed the whole public shit that Buck done. You know what I'm saying? Because his bark ain't loud enough.
On the flip side, though, you're right about that. Like,
you don't know what happened before that.
Shit,
but like I said, that shit is wrong. I'd have never did that myself.
He should have never. Like, why would you be on the conversation whether you like this nigga or not and something happened? Why would you release the fucking audio and shit? Handle that shit privately. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Like,
the conditions of the beef could be. There's a lot of variables, but I'm just saying that was something that stood out to me as foul.
No, that makes sense though. I agree with you. I forgot all about the Buck shit.
Hey,
and Kelly is in the chat room. He says
that whole. You look at it when he had beef with Ja Rule, he drilled that nigga into the dirt.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Till his career was done. The career was done. Then he stopped rapping about him.
But the feds,
so like with him, I think listen to what I'm saying. So with him, I feel like with him in his mind, if he got beef with you, he want to try to end your career.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
So letting some shit out like that, recording, letting some shit like that out, you know what I mean? He felt like it was gonna make people look at him way different.
I got a question. Hold on, hold on. I'm glad you said that because and this is a misnomer. I don't think 50 did Ja Rule in because at the time Ja Rule was one of the biggest artists in the world. The feds, who effectively seized all Murder Inc. assets because of Supreme's case, is what did Ja Rule in. Because if you remember, Ja Rule had initially responded, and Fat Joe was on there with "I got 100 guns, 100 clips," and I'm from New York. It was, and 50 was beefing with Fat Joe at the same time, and I didn't know this to turn into this kind of thing with the show. But I just want to say this: 50 went at Ja Rule, but it was the feds shutting down Murder Inc. that prevented Ja Rule from being able to respond.
That's a fact. But again, we talk about that platform. You know what I mean? The platform make it look otherwise.
True, but the thing is, though,
he's steady drilling them in the songs and Wangsta and shit, nigga. This was the hottest. This motherfucking album popped off for like 2 years or some shit.
Which I was that's true too. I really wasn't. I don't even put that in my top 20 albums. I was confused by it.
Oh my god, we can talk about that later.
I know. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, talk about that later. But the thing is, like,
even Ace in the background, like, you done started some shit, Kev. Y'all just hold on.
Honestly, like on some real shit, like,
I'm gonna keep if that motherfucker ain't in your top 10 or top 25,
Dion, you like
12 million sold.
Hold on. Let me hold on. Time out. Time the fuck out. You gonna tell me my music taste? You like Project Pat is garbage. You like Cash Money. You like Cash Money. That shit's garbage.
Yeah.
Stop it, man. You ain't in a position to tell nobody about.
I just want to add one thing. If you going at a nigga and he's not a street dude, like for instance, I'm not gonna say the dude's name, talk the shit about my kids or whatever. He's not a street dude, so we ain't got to go there. But if you really get into it with a real nigga that's really from the block, that's cut from that shit, you're not gonna really air it. So I do see, Kev, where you're coming from with the 50 Cent shit. He probably should not have went the way he went. Probably. But at the same time, I see where Kumar is coming from. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But
hold on. Whatever. Even to that point, at that point, you're still 50 Cent. You can go in the studio and do a song about Buck and dissing. You don't have to release.
You don't got the same relevance, though.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. You don't do that. You release a private phone call. Any motherfucker who records phone calls is a soulless rat ass dude. Why are you recording me on the phone with you? You are police if I've never heard of one.
You don't record my phone calls.
Telly saying in the chat room.
Because this nigga been talking shit. Hold on. Because this nigga been talking shit to me in the public, but then when he called me, he acting like a little bitch. So I'm finna record this shit.
But I'm not finna go to law enforcement about it. I'm gonna handle it privately.
I'm finna record this shit so a motherfucker can believe me when I say it.
Let me finish
you
the
can
chat
keep
room.
it for your niggas.
Let me read the comments in the chat room.
That's why I'm gonna record it.
Telly says 50 can dish it, but I don't think he can take it.
No.
This is Sharita Shaw. She's saying, "Ooh, this is a good one." And this is probably a set off a whole nother show. She said men should have some emotional intelligence. Now, who said men don't?
I think everybody should have some emotional intelligence.
Said men don't. What's up with that?
Women as well as men. Like that's an equal thing. Like what you saying, women don't need emotional intelligence.
I'm looking at my cousin shit.
Come on,
I was so. This is Latasha Adams.
We all need it.
She said, "I was so happy me and my baby daddy broke up. He was a freak. I wasn't. So I." Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me read this.
Read it again, Kev. Cuzzo is crazy, dog.
He was a freak, and I wasn't. So I started hooking him up with strippers. My son is 31. His dad is married. I was in the wedding, and I'm cool with his wife. Me and my baby daddy is like best friends.
Yeah.
I introduced him to my dude, and we all be kicking it. She said I would never sleep with him ever again. We liked each other after we stopped messing around 30 years ago.
Dude, now, that shit is
that
wild.
Compounded with the fact that she talked about once displaying whole behavior, and like I'm starting to like.
And she used to give him.
Well, hold on. But how are you a freak or not? You gave him strippers, and you used to have whole tendencies. But
no, she was trying to transition, and he was addicted to that.
But
lifestyle.
It was still in there, though. It was still in there.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of.
I told you, man, Cleveland is awesome.
A said, "Hell yeah, Dion. Fuck all these immigrants and their feelings." Earl said, "Your son, mother out here sucking big dick on call." This is so Lord. Brenda said, "ICE is grabbing anyone that looks Somali."
Yeah,
is that how it's going on? Brenda's in the Twin Cities, by the way.
Seriously,
she said running up in the apartment buildings. She said a whole community shouldn't be targeted when it comes to the Somalis. I agree. I said I don't like. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. Sharita Shaw, I agree with you on this. She said they hate us delineating. #FBA. Absolutely, people do, and even some black people don't like it, which disappointed me a little bit. That there's some black people who would dismiss it and say, "Oh, that bullshit."
Why,
about that. I think it's because of what Kamar talks about all the time is really not understanding who you are.
Kev, that shit dumb.
But you know, I give people room to grow as they see fit. You know what I'm saying? Like if people go in the hospital with different sicknesses. If I heal up before you, then you shouldn't get put out because you ain't healed up yet. Like I got to give you time to come around too. And sometimes people have to be put in different situations to enlighten themselves. Like you don't just every time my mind elevates don't mean yours does. So sometimes people are a little bit ahead of you. So some people will pick it up as we go along. He said 50 ain't touching the seeds of this shit. Latasha said, "Hey, can you put your Cash App in the message? I can copy and paste." It is at the bottom of the screen if you talk to me. And it is $KB7524.
And
let's
you know what's
say, hold on, let's say that Cash App again. That $KB7524. Let's say that one more time.
I would say my family put money where their mouth is, just for the record.
I love it. I'm like a preacher. I appreciate the kind of jingle, but I love the kind that fold.
Hey, it's funny you said that because I wanted to add one thing just for the record because see, KB was talking about me and shit, I just want to say, fuck your feelings Friday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. Everybody tune in. We're gonna have a real fun show. I'm gonna have a couple pro fighters on there or whatever. One retired, and my nephew started Natural Instinct Combat. So I'm gonna have him on there too, and we're gonna do some politics shit. So there you go.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish the chat room because we're about to close out. Sharita Shaw said, "I fucks with 50 real bad. I love when a bully gets bullied."
I like 50.
My brother Telly, he said 50 knows what color to bully.
Oh, that's a good one.
Earl Haynes said, fuck down. He said, "Fuck
no,
down
don't say it."
Orlando.
No.
Listen, I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm reading the teleprompter.
We went 3 hours and nobody mentioned Orlando.
Latasha says Earl Henning love. Sharita Shaw said, "All I hear is Many Men song from 50 right now." I do like Many Men.
Love
I thought it was a dope song.
That's my girl.
Just wasn't feeling the whole album. She said, "Hey, I just sent you a donation, and I greatly appreciate that, my sister. Anybody else who wants to contribute to Outlaw Radio, please hit that Cash App. Hey, you know, we all.
I'm gonna send it when I get off. I gotta send you something."
Telly said, "I like 50, but it's fame from hating out the gate."
That's a whole show, Kev. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah.
Latasha says, "I can't believe I stayed here and I get up at 3 a.m. Shit get real when you hate people." I'm glad you tuned in. Sarita
She's a chef, by the way.
She said, "Good point, Kev, about Murder Inc." A lot of people forget that. She said, "Ian, stop playing devil's advocate." And she said she was responding about men saying women is at the center of men's beef. You know what? I can't.
Whatever.
I don't have any issues with women. I don't.
I love Sharita.
But I have to say, and this is just being honest, there has been tremendous beef over that started initially over a woman. I've seen it. If I didn't see it play out, like I've seen best friends, family members, neighborhoods, organizations, and it usually starts and there's a woman involved.
Man, keep it to 100
because
you got the bodies in the graveyard to prove it.
Now I was gonna say, hey, everybody needs to send something to the Cash App or whatever. I just sent $20. Everybody send $20 to the Cash App real quick.
Do what you can. It's not that big a deal. I joke and
whatever you can.
Do what you can. If you can. If you can't, then I ain't. You know, ain't like a. Y'all see me waist down. You would say that nigga ain't never missed a sandwich.
I don't even got Cash App.
So, cuz just send me a message. She was like, I sent something to the Cash App.
What she's saying, and I don't want Sharita to think I'm like, because I don't place blame.
She said 50.
I think we're 50%. I think we're 50-50 when it comes to like men and women in terms of their responsibility for conflict, confusion, and chaos. But I have to say, I've seen way more conflicts over a woman.
Yeah.
And I've seen some women beef over a man too. I've been at jobs. I was a supervisor and I had two of my employees that it was a dude at the center of it and they wanted to murder each other. I was like, y'all for real?
Hold on.
But I've seen way more brothers because our egos are very gentle. And that's
something that we have to fix.
It's something about that heart when you love, when you can have all the ones you want. You can have all the conquests. You can be the man. You can be a player. When one tucks those, when she struck those heartstrings, and you say, "No, this is the one I love."
I got one right now.
I think the ego got a lot of brothers in the grave, not women, right? Because again, I agree with you, Kev. It's just half of me agree with you, but the half of me is telling me, like, listen, accountability. You can't be getting into it over these women, man. This the shit we was taught when we was growing up.
Hold on, it's funny.
You know what I mean? And then what happens is you get in your emotions and shit, and you can't catch yourself. You dig what I'm saying? But really, this is something that we supposed to be standing on.
It's funny you say that because my grandmother.
Hold on, Ace. I want Ian to be able to respond. Go ahead.
My
Ian.
grandmother used to always say this, and it's gonna sound bad, and people could take it the wrong way. But my grandmother used to always say, she taught all of us because we were part of a subculture. She said specifically, "I'd rather have y'all niggas die over fucking money than some fucking pussy." And that's the whole point. Like, it's funny what Kamar was saying. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, this was the
Niggas
game. This the
dudes
game.
flip
It's
out over
accountability.
females, and I've never understood it.
Why are we getting into
I've
it over these
never
women?
understood that, bro. Like, fuck a broad, dude.
So
Like, if I'm with you, exactly.
Let it go.
Fuck
What
this
happened?
shit, man.
Remember the
Fuck that.
pimps used to say, "Yo, bitch chose me.
Thank you.
She
That's
chose
exactly
up, and
right.
you got to let it go."
It's
yeah,
so many
I've
females
seen
in the
some.
world,
This is the
dude. You
game.
can talk to so many different broads.
Uh,
Why am I
You was
mad
taught
over a
that.
female? Fuck
I've
these
also
bitches,
seen
man.
pimps get their hoe pregnant. They preach don't love no. Listen, let me get Ace wants to jump in here because I got to finish the chat room. So Ace, give me a chance to finish the chat room and then I'll let you go because I've been trying to finish the chat room for like 10 minutes. Sharita was saying she was just responding about me and saying that women was at the cot. I wasn't blaming women, but I think I've seen a lot of women play both sides of the fence and know they're manipulating, but they themselves get caught up emotionally. So it makes men the behavior's triggered. I'm just saying that. Earl Henning said why everybody else cash app up, he put his up. dollar sign, what that say? Big Earl H. Y'all here? Earl
Yeah, Big Earl H. Yeah.
Sharita said much love, ENC Jordan. Earl said who said pussy costs more than dick? Lord have mercy. Telly Nellum says, Sharita Shaw, I love women that love beef. Oh, okay. He loves women that love. I don't like women who are about peace and tranquility. Latasha said, I sent 50 because I love 50. Listen, I appreciate that. I really do. I thank you so much. I'm very humbled by it. Anybody who contributes to my show, let me get you a package of something. Let me put something together for you,
You need to
Latasha.
talk about 50 Cent every night.
Right. Guess what the next show gonna be about, Kamar?
It's gonna be. Hey, we gonna name that motherfucker 50 Cent.
Hey, I'm gonna start the show off playing in the club. Dun, dun, dun. What's up with Kev? Telly Nellum says Sharita Shaw women are truly loved, especially on my show. Telly said graves and prisons are full of fools killing over pussy. Yes, sir. Ace, let me give you a chance to close it out. I want to get everybody's closing because man, we went over tonight, but this shit been so fun and it's been so therapeutic for y'all. This show is dedicated to the memory of my brother Bear Meat. So y'all, I figured that I would get this effect from y'all because I can feel the love. So I appreciate it. It's been a dope show. Ace, what was you trying to put in here, man? Okay, maybe we lost Ace. Dion, are you still on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
What's your and try to? I know Dion, you tend to, kind of go on, but
what
2025? Put a cap on it. What has this year been to you?
Man, change. I had, I worked for the city of Milwaukee, then I left them and went to MPS and adapting to change and a little bit of adversity, and that's really about it. You know what I'm saying? Just really a lot of anxiety on what's next with this administration and looking at how much control these people got over our lives. And, 2025 ain't over yet, though. Shit, we got to make it to 2026, but, it's just another chapter down, shit. My big chapter is in 2027. I'll be big 50. Like, God dang.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
That's half a century, right?
Yes, sir.
Ian, 2025. Can you put a cap on it like Dion? And shout out to Dion for not, because Dion would be like, I'm finna get off, but then he'd keep talking for like 15 more minutes. 2025, what was it to you?
You know what? 2025, and I'm actually going to read a few things really quick because I knew you were going to come to me. So this is what I'm saying. Now, I started a company called ECS 15 years ago. As far as the cleaning business and everything else I do, mental health and everything incorporated, right? So my cap on 2025 is you can do everything that you want to do if you focus and put your mind to it. And let me just read off a couple things and I'm going to shut up. Now, I have my cleaning business. I have a few employees with that, right? I did my product listing and all of these different things and whatever, just because I know that you can't depend on anybody to do things for you. I started writing a script that a gentleman, Jay Davis was actually on the show tonight. He was like watching it or whatever because he sent me a couple of private text messages. and he has a show called Creative Hustle. In case anybody ever goes to Tubi, he has a show called Creative Hustle. He's a CEO. They're comedians. I started writing a script. I have a children's book. In addition to that, we also have business and mental health. So the reason I'm bringing up all of those different things is because you literally can do anything you set your mind to. Don't worry about who's in the White House. Don't worry about Democrat or Republican, because it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to do the shit for you. And that's one of the reasons why, like, what we do with Outlaw Radio and like Kumar with his business, why I share all of his posts, because these are people actually doing things. Be like the people doing things. And that's it. So that's my cap, Kev. 2025, just start doing shit. Don't look for nobody to do shit for you. Do it for yourself. And that's it.
Okay. Kumar, you got a cap for me before we go into some OG shit?
Man, mine is real simple, man. It's self-awareness and understanding my purpose and walking in it.
Okay. I want to say this, and we'll talk about this more on the next show. I think one of the biggest things that happened this year that we're talking about, but we're not talking about enough, is the evolution of AI.
Oh, God.
I think AI has presented a very kind of scary, nefarious entity.
I hate it.
There has been now, thank God that some of this stuff you can look at it right away and say that's AI, because it hasn't gotten fluid to the point where you can't tell. But there's AI applied to a bunch of other things, right? And so we talk about now you can speak into a device and it'll write a resume, it'll write a paper, it'll, write an article. Even with the music now, they're trying to make AI music a real genre of music, which to me completely strips music of the human element, which makes it great. We talk about black music in particular, soul, funk, jazz, blues, hip hop, R&B. All of these are art forms that allow us to express ourselves and put our feelings into song and create art based on what we go through. If you're going to generate it through AI, then you're taking that away from our ability to express ourselves. So I think we need to be careful with AI. I think if we start to place AI in too many different positions and too many different places where human ingenuity is needed, we are headed towards a tremendous, tremendous collapse as a society. The internet and social media has already revolutionized communication. It's stripped communication of person-to-person interactions. Eye contact used to mean something when you're speaking to someone. Speaking virtually kind of strips you of that experience. I can look at a person's demeanor and their nonverbal language when I'm speaking to them face-to-face, and it helps me determine whether or not this person is sincere or not, whether or not this person is learned or not. When I'm doing it online and there's electronic modifications being added, it takes away my ability to utilize my greatest gift, which is discernment. Okay. So we don't want to take away the part of humanity that is humanity just for convenience. You know what I'm saying? And AI it does that. Now, can it be useful in some capacities? Absolutely it can, especially in terms of medicine and in terms of applied sciences. But when it comes to our social interactions and the way we relate to each other and the way we communicate with each other, I think we as people should practice some moderation. Don't jump in so head first and just, let's take a look at this and make sure we don't lose who we are and allow machines and computers to dictate what humanity is and human expression is. I agree with you. Sharita, she said she's in AI courses now. She said you have to get ahead of the game because it's not going anywhere. And she said AI is here forever. I'm not saying it's not. Well, it's here as long as it's here. Nothing is forever, first of all. Nothing
it ain't gonna be here forever.
Nothing is forever.
It costs a lot to maintain.
And there's also innovations upon innovations.
Oh, that shit gonna be here forever.
There's no such thing as forever. There's nothing has ever lasted forever, because at one point people said house phones would be here forever and Kodak cameras, and along came technology.
Phones are here forever.
And along came technology that made those things obsolete. So nothing is forever. Everything has its time and its season and its place. something is going to replace AI sooner or later. There will be
Oh
an
yeah,
industry on
absolutely.
it. So it's not forever.
I see what you're saying. True.
She said, Latasha Adams said, Jesus, you hit the AI on the nose. They need you on news platforms. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kamar, it is that time for some OG shit. Can we get a blessing? Can we get a blessing? You muted. You muted. I got you. You're still muted.
Get him, Kev.
All right, I got you. Y'all ready? Let's do it.
We ready.
Real OGs know. You got to get your wind up, nephew, because it just might be a long fight. But if you want to win, you got to keep swinging. Let me slice that up different for you. It won't all happen overnight. But if you quit, it won't happen at all. Stop me when I'm lying.
I love that.
Man. Peace out to all the supporters, man. Shout out to everybody who reached out. Shout out to everybody who offered me support. And I want to say rest in peace and God bless and good journey to my brother, Brian Bear Meat Barnes, man. I'll see you when I see you, man. Peace and love, y'all. I'll see y'all Monday.
Peace.
Love, yeah.